you're in my domain. Got the whole crowd screaming out our name. It's a blowout, it's a hurricane. It's over before you know it. Why you shaking? We're a dynasty in the making. We're the royalty. Now we're breaking down the enemy. Move over for the soldiers. Take a swing, I can take a hit. If we die, it's fine. We live for this. It's all for this. We're gonna stand on top with our hands in the sky. Gonna raise our cup to the stadium lights. For the glory, for the glory. We celebrate with the city tonight. Hear the hometown cheer, it's the ultimate high. For the glory, we do it for the glory. Yeah, we've waited for our time to come. Calculated everything we've done, we've upgraded. Now you can't outrun a champion. Now you're facing what? Can you hear them? Yeah, it's all for us. You believe them? Yeah, it's serious. Hear the siren. We're victorious. I'm telling you. Can I get a hell yeah? Take a swing, I can take a hit. If we die, it's fine. We live for this. It's all for this. We're gonna stand on top with our hands in the sky. Gonna raise our cup to the stadium lights. For the glory, for the glory.
allowing us to be part of your family. This is Joe Bloomstrom and Lori Bloomstrom, and behind us here is a picture of our son Paul, who is part of the sim racing family, and it's just so cool that you're allowing us to be a part of this, and we really appreciate you thinking of Paul the way you do.
We just wanted to thank you guys. We are so grateful you're doing this in Paul's honor. He really loves this community, and we are hoping that we can raise some funds for St. Jude's charity. We have a special place in our hearts for St. Jude's. They help kids, and we are really grateful.
Paul loved you guys. We miss him terribly. He was a great son, great guy, and made friends all over the world, including all of you. Thank you so much.
Paul loved to go fast, and I hope you guys do too. Thank you.
Welcome everybody, welcome back. It's Sunday, and ooh, it is going to be the spicy day today. Pre-season qualifying for the Vegas Cup Series, day number 2 is officially underway. The lobby is open, and it is, as it has been all pre-qualifying weekend, first come, first serve. The drivers will be directed by a race control official or myself. Hope everybody's having a fantastic weekend here so far. Awesome. Love it, Miss Devious. We already have our first qualifier on track and ready to go, so we'll just get through our information here real quick, and then we will get that driver out on track. When we started this weekend, we had 25 drivers registered. We are now up to 31 of 42 drivers. That means we have 9 full-time spots left available, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're sitting on the fence, you're a little unsure, don't wait too much longer, because we're filling up fast. Registration will remain open, like I said, until round 7 of the season, but I suspect you're going to want to do that probably before the end of the week, before we fill right up. We will be taking some substitute drivers as well to help fill missing spots in the grid for drivers to continue to earn points. And if you are wanting just to run as a reserve, you are still need to qualify as well, so we know exactly which division you're going to be a reserve for. So welcome in everybody. I'm your host for today, GT45 Gaming. We will be joined a little bit later here with Nolander Gaming and potentially some of our drivers. Please remember, this is a family-friendly broadcast, and we need to keep our comments PG if we are in the commentary booth. This is for St. Jude's charity. This is for a organization for kids. Let's please keep it for kids. Just a friendly reminder, these are family-friendly broadcasts. All right, let's keep going. As you can see here, it is pre-qualifying weekend, and we are at Watkins Glen Racetrack. It is equal conditions mode on. It is Watkins Glen. It is 1 out lap and 4 hot laps for our racers. We take their best 2 hot laps combined total, and that will make their qualifying run for the championship series. Now, things get a little interesting here, because we are not doing qualifying for each round of racing this season here in the championship. We're going to start getting into the griddies here now as we're getting closer to the end of qualifying. We are setting up our grids this season, reverse grid, based off of finishing position in the previous race. So in the case of round number 1, once we have decided who our drivers in each division are, we will take our top qualifier in each of those divisions, and they will start in dead last in round number 1 at the back of the grid, and so on and so forth. Second will go to 13th place, 12th will go to 3rd, 11th will go to 4th, all the way through the grid. So it's going to be a little bit interesting this season. If a driver misses a race and they are back for the next round, they will be automatically placed at the back of the grid for that racing round because they have no results from the previous racing round. It's going to make things very interesting and spicy this season. It's going to give some of the slower drivers in the bottom end of the division potentially an opportunity to actually win some races starting up at the front as well, and it's going to really test the skilled drivers that are on the top end of the pace of that division, because they're going to have to figure out how to navigate through the field if they want those elusive race wins this season. So it is going to be an absolute doozy this season. We've really pulled out all the stops. We've thrown in as much as we can into this championship to keep it as simple as we still can, but to make it very challenging and fun for everybody as well. Whew. lots of information. Schedule, as you can see in front of us here, it is pre-qualifying weekend with the arrow on the left there. That indicates where we are. As we progress through the schedule, we will start to see those blackouts, so everybody knows exactly what round it is that we are hanging out at. And of course, Watkins Glen. I mean, it is a beauty of a racetrack. 3.37 miles, 15 left and right-hand corners. It's a tarmac surface. It is a real-world circuit located just outside of New York. And an elevation change of 115 feet. I mean, it throws a little bit of everything at you, this racetrack. It has some hairpin corners, some sharp 90-degree corners, uphill and downhill corners. It also has S's, a very high-speed bus stop in it. I mean, this track throws everything at you in a minute and a half plus. So it is a beautiful racetrack. And of course, the reason why we're doing this, the Bloomstrom family. We lost Paul Bloomstrom a little over a year ago. He's a legend here in the sim racing community. And we want to keep his legacy going. So this championship is in honor of the Paul Bloomstrom and the Bloomstrom family. We have a 110% support from the family and behind us here, and probably going to be the greatest championship ever from GT45 and Nolander Gaming. All right, appreciate you, Misty. Let's grow, y'all. I sent you an invite whenever you're ready, Nolander. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Hope y'all doing well. We are doing fantastic. So we're just going to get myself together here a little bit. It's been a long day already. I'm running behind schedule today too. I apologize. We were supposed to be live an hour ago, but I had my appointment that I had this morning. I ran into overtime, so we had to delay slightly. Alright, we're just making sure audios and everything are working. Everything's looking good. This streaming overlay package always seems to run very efficient. We like this one. That's why we chose to use this one for the championship here this year. So we're going to flip it over to the big screen. We do have a driver out ready to run, so we will officially release that driver now and let her show us what she's got. Let's go qualifying, chat. This is the best part of my Sunday right here. Love it. Alright, so this is 10 tenths Miss Devious. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our absolute brain behind the overlay package this season and all the graphics. Most of the graphics we're going to see throughout the streams this season. She has put in hundreds of hours behind the scenes to get this championship ready and prepared for us, and we can't be any more appreciative for everything that she's done for us here so far. So myself and the whole admin team, and of course 1010 Sim Racing are definitely rooting for her here. I have a good session. She's been pulled away from track a lot lately, and it's nice to see her back out on track and ready to compete here. She's very familiar with the Porsche 911 RSR, so I do expect to see she should hit some 45s here, I think, in this car today. And she'll be our second female racer here to qualify this season as well. And she is also a PSVR2 H pattern shifter racer. Alright, we got our next driver up in the lobby here. It looks like one of our Race Asylum friends there, Mr. Cupcake. We love Cupcake, he's a great dude. Alright, so we are just completing our out lap here. Now we're going to be flying. So she has 4 hot laps here, and we're going to take her best 2 combined to make her qualifying total here today. Gears like a boss. She knows how to drive this car. I mean, she's got well, you can see on the odometer there, she's got 9,000 miles on this particular Porsche. I believe she has 2 or 3 in her garage. So, and I mean, this car suits some drivers very well, right, for qualifying, because they're very familiar with the car. And for some drivers, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle because the car is a handful. But if you know how to drive it, oh yeah. And she is just cruising, sliding that thing through the bus stop, losing zero momentum there at all. Boy, she's feeling it right now. You could tell. She is most certainly feeling it right now. I'm sure all the racers have had an extra hour of practice since we're an hour behind schedule here today too, so I'm sure that definitely doesn't hurt any of our racers. But Mischievous is looking to set a precedent here very early on today. Now, our fastest qualifier of the day and of the weekend is R.A. Streeter Tom with 1:44 laps. So he's got a combined total of a little over 3:29 right now, and that's a pretty good session. But I do suspect that we're going to see some challengers on that here today. We do have Nolander in the lobby here. I'm just not sure if he's going to jump into the chat here or not, but when he's ready, he'll jump in and he'll come and join us, of course. And then Mischievous is going to take on race control duties here as well today to allow us to focus on what we should expect to see is a lot of qualifiers today. Half of our field qualified yesterday in the 2 sessions that we had. We had some great runs in there, and we've seen lots of new faces, so we're really excited this season. I sent you an invite. Check your notifications. I'll send you another one once Mischievous is done here. Alright, so it's a 45.982 to start here for Mischievous, so already setting a very good starting lap there. She's definitely got more in the tank, I think, but very good, solid starting lap there. We've seen a lot of our qualifiers yesterday struggling to just dip into the 45s, and she's starting off here in the 45s. So it looks like our first qualifier of the day here is going to set a pretty good set of times for us. Very smooth. She's very precise. She's seems very hooked up here right now this morning. We're not seeing a lot of slide out of the car. We're not hearing a lot of tire torque in a sense of pushing it too hard around the corners where you're forcing the tires out of their comfort level and their grip level. She's 2/10 up right now as we come through the midsection of the track here. So this isn't a very important sector here. As we come out of the boot sector and head into the chase, you need to maximize every mile per hour you can. Use every millimeter of the racetrack you can. You need the momentum into the final 2 corners here so you can carry a lot of exit speed going up the front straight. That's what's going to maximize your time here. And the bus stop sets it up, but the final sector really dictates the pace of your laps. So she is up there by 2:10, so we should see an improvement here. She keeps that nice tight line there through the final corner, and this is definitely going to be an improvement on the time. How much? We'll wait and see. 45.554 coming here from Mischievous, and boy, she's flying. Holy moly. Ooh, that was a little wide there coming out of turn number 1 to 90, or I like to call that the NASCAR corner because we call that the NASCAR line, but she just kept the car on the curbing enough there to negate a half-second penalty there from track officials. So very fortunate there as she's just to snick it down right now. Half of a tenth here at the moment as we enter into the bus stop. A little bit of a rear end slide there coming through the second apex. It's going to cost her a little bit more time potentially there, but showing very good consistency here so far and looking very smooth. Now we can imagine how hard it is to race. I mean, most of us race on our rigs and our TV. We use our paddle shifters. She's doing this in a PSVR2 headset, and she's physically shifting this car with her other hand, and basically racing this thing with one hand. So it's very impressive, to be honest. I don't know many racers in the Gran Turismo 7 world that race like that, and it's just very impressive. Ooh, she sent it there through the chase as she sets up for the final corner there. I think she's going to be a good 45 lap here, but I don't think we're going to see the improvement on this lap. So let's get Mischievous through here. She definitely knows she's down there, so she's just going to squash that lap. She's going to try and get this one just right. we do have some updated timing. We have corrected our qualifying timing spreadsheet formulas and everything here. We had a little a hiccup yesterday with our formatting. We've got that all corrected here, so thank you to Erica Canada, who's literally on holidays and having to jump in behind the scenes and try to correct that issue for us. Absolute legend. And we've got that sorted out here, so when I have an opportunity at some point in qualifying, when things slow down here today, we'll get you a look at how things are looking here in qualifying. Alright, so now as we head into the boot sector here, she's sending it. She's definitely sending it. She's using every bit of racetrack available to her right now. And taking a nice wide entry here, she's going to look for the big exit. She's going to cut that really short and come out on a very straight line. Now, that was a good exit right there, but she is down about a tenth. However, though, that will still be an improvement on that first hot lap, which will obviously improve her overall total qualifying time here. So any improvement on that 45.982 is going to be an improvement on her overall qualifying time here. And it's very solid qualifying coming here from our first qualifier today. We've seen that yesterday too with Sheriff Doofy coming out and setting down some very good times here as well. So I got to say, I'm proud of the 1010's crew here so far. In pre-qualifying this season, they're looking very strong. Alright, in her final hot lap here, she comes across. It's going to be a 45, and it is an improvement on that 45.982. So, great job right there from Miss Devious. And she is in the VR2 headset, so I'll just communicate and all that stuff with her. She's tracking the times. So, I've got a 45.554 and a 45.828 as your two fastest. 554.828. Let's see if it gives me heck for swearing this time. Hey, hey! Hey, what's up, Cupcake? You are next, my dude. Okay, I'm going to just throw this up for a second here. I need to get Nolander in the box, and then I need to... Just give me one moment here. Apparently it did not set up. Alright, you should be able to find it now, Nolander. My bad. Alright, so that was a great run there from Miss Devious there. We're now going to send out a Cupcake.
Here we are.
Turn stream down, please.
Yep.
Alright.
Already on it.
Welcome in, Mr. Nolander.
How we doing today, y'all? Hope everyone is well and enjoying day 2 of qualifying here for the Vegas Cup Series. As y'all seen there, just a great looking little ride Miss D took us on there. That's a bar set, well and good and high for the day. So we'll see if it stands.
Alright, let's get Nolander turned up just a little bit more for you guys and gals at home here. There we go. Alright, so we've got Race Asylum's Cupcake out on track here now. Ooh, okay, he's already got my favorite car of the championship, hands down, flat out. That's it, no questions asked. Hot Wheels wins.
Hot Wheels for the win. I don't know. I've yet to see G.I. Joe or TMNT.
Is that better now? Is that better now, Chris?
Oh.
I'm just verifying your audio with the chat. You're good.
Good stuff.
All right, so I gotta tell you what, Nolander, I'm very impressed with our qualifiers so far this weekend. Our first session yesterday, Sheriff Doofy comes out, starts off the qualifying session, and sets a precedent with mid 45 times. Session number 2, we have R.A. Streeter Tom come out and start our session for us, and he sets the fastest 2 lap times of pre-qualifying weekend up to this point so far. And then Mischievous comes out at the beginning of session number 3 and day number 2 and absolutely slaps down 2 very good times herself as well. So I think we're in for a season, Mr. Nolander.
No, I couldn't agree more. Like, it seems the first one's in the lobby to jump in and set a time. That time has just stood, and we'll see if it does today.
Absolutely. All right, so Cupcake here is just finishing his out lap here, so he is just preparing now to get the flyer going. Is your headset all the way plugged in?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just making sure. Getting just a little bit of white noise, I guess. Some kind of feedback. It's all good. It's all good. Mad Skills was quicker, absolutely. Absolutely. Mad Skills put in some really good times as well. We've had lots of great qualifying runs so far this weekend. We've had 15 to 16 now drivers with Mischievous' qualification ran through here. We have about 14 more to go here. If that is all, of course, all the drivers do make it today. I have had 1 sub that may need a private session, and we have 2 admin staff that may also need separate sessions. So,
Well, we'll get through what we can and see what everybody's got. And we have a pretty good idea anyhow of where everybody's going to set, right? For most of the qualifiers between yesterday and today. Most of these racers are pretty well known to us. However, we have had a couple just open lobby guys that have come in and really give us a good, nice little surprise. So definitely always look forward to having new guys come in and join in on the series.
absolutely, and you know, I got to tell you what, every one of our open lobby races, our general community races that have entered the championship so far this season have looked very good, very strong, very consistent, very in control of their cars. And I mean, we're also looking at that. We're not just looking at the driver's sheer pace around the racetrack either. That is definitely going to tell us where they should probably belong as far as a skill set goes in their lobby, but it also tells us a lot about their driving style and their on-track personality just by watching how they handle the vehicles, whether they're comfortable or not in the vehicle. It does tell us a lot. So we take a few factors in when we finally decide to make those splits. And I tell you what, the admin staff, we have a job ahead of us, I think, after this weekend to try and figure out where these splits are going to fall.
Yeah, I think so. You know, there's definitely more to laying down a single fast lap, or in this case 2 fast laps. Maybe even might get 4 in. You might just come in and lay down every lap fast, but you're on track by yourself. The only pressure there is from yourself. You don't have pressure from other racers and whatnot. So when we're looking at it, as GT45 said, we're looking at basic car control along with, racecraft as a whole, not generally just a time that they're able to lay down. So everything comes into play, especially in a championship series such as this.
Absolutely, and I mean, we just want the best skill set lobbies that we can get. We want to have all the drivers to have an opportunity to win a race in their respective divisions. So that's where the tough decision comes in. And you always have 2 or 3 drivers that can go either way, right? And those are the tough decisions that the admin staff are definitely going to be left with here, I think, this season, especially with having lots of new faces this season too. We have unfamiliar racers we haven't seen that much in action yet, so decisions are going to be very tough here this season. However, though, we do have a stipulation within our rule book within any championship season here at GT45 Gaming, and we will assess race pace under racing conditions for the first 2 rounds of the championship season. Now, based off of our point system, it's going to be completely irrelevant to your points. If we decide that maybe we've misplaced you and you need to go into a different division, we may reach out to that said driver and have that discussion with them, and if they agree, then we will make that swap. It'll be at no penalty to the driver, and again, our point system allows for that to happen. It will not affect the points or their overall overall standings in any way, shape, form, or another. So, again, just we want it to be as equal as we possibly can get it, and we want good close racing for everybody watching at home. We want the viewers to have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars, nose to tail, side by side, banging doors, swapping rubber, and battling for that podium positions. That's what we want to see. So that's what we're trying to achieve by forcing our drivers to pre-qualify and show us what they can do on the racetrack in a one-on-one format.
Indeed. Well, and there's also the fact, if the racers themselves are out there having fun, the viewers are going to be having fun. It's going to show on track, right? So there's that aspect.
I'm not
of
sure,
it as
Reaper.
well.
I'm not sure. There's definitely some weird thing going on back there, but that's all right.
I do apologize, guys, for the audio thing. I don't know what's going on. This headset decides it wants to work one day, and one day it doesn't. It'll decide to work for 5 minutes and then decide, no, in the next 10 minutes, we're just going to let you talk, and nobody's going to hear a thing.
But you know what, Chad, that's all right. This is why, we stream these pre-qualifying sessions. That is a part of the reason why we do stream these pre-qualifying sessions, too. It allows us to work out the kinks in our own program before the main season starts as well.
Yeah, it looks like a swapping of the cord.
Come on, Cupcake.
Nice, betterment of the time there. Super duper consistent on laps 3 and 4 from Cupcake there.
Absolutely.
Good run so far.
I mean, he had a penalty on the first lap, so that's why we see the 47.6er. He did pick up a half-second track limit there, so that kind of squashed his first hot lap there. But he's been improving since then. So, as long as he gets it nice and right here, we should see a high to mid 45 out of Cupcake here, I think. Sounds a little bit better now. Yeah. Thank you, Mischievous. Nice run. That was a great run, Misty. Ooh. Yeah, your mic is definitely weird.
I just unplugged it and plugged it back in to see if perhaps
Gotcha.
it had an issue because of that, because even you were cutting in and out on me, and it shouldn't be doing that either on my end.
Gotcha. I might just because my mic might be far away.
That might have been my problem to begin with as well. I realized my, sounds better now, Reaper says. Hey, good stuff.
All right, so we do have 2/10, almost 2/10 up here as we get through the second live timing sector here. So let's see what he's at once we get out into the chase here. And that should give us a good idea if he's going to crack that 45 mark. It looks like he's going to here, so it's all going to come down to these next 3 corners. He needs to get the setup and the exit just right, carry the momentum, keep it nice and smooth. He's losing a little bit of that time here, so he needs it in this final corner. That was a good entry. That was a pretty good entry, a good setup here. Let's see what kind of speed he can maintain here. He can keep that right around 100 mile an hour into that was a great exit right there. He may have made that time back up.
Nice and smooth, Cupcake. Well
Great job,
done,
Cupcake.
buddy.
Oh, he didn't get it. I'm so heartbroken. I thought for sure he had that 45.
Still, look at that consistency, though. That's very nice. That's another thing that's quite telling to us is your consistency. Can you run a hot lap after hot lap after hot lap? And more importantly, can you do that surrounded by other racers who are doing the same thing? But that is a sweet-looking livery. You ain't a kidding.
Absolutely great livery. Love the Hot Wheels. Of course, the sun is shining on it right now, so we can't see it, but what we're going to do is we are going to take the images that the drivers are posting in the Discord server for approval for the liveries from round to round, and we're going to take all the related themed ones as far as kid themes goes, and we're going to put them all together, and we're going to start to do a voting session, say maybe 4 pictures at a time against each other, and we'll do a process of elimination and come down with a fan favorite livery. But we do need to wait, obviously, as the season to progress, because we're going to see several different liveries coming out of the drivers this season. So this may be an end of the season thing we may do, but we definitely want to have a fan favorite livery for the season for sure. So if there's not,
We'll get the boys to vote on it too, huh?
Absolutely. You ran a 45.9 early. It was right there, Cupcake. It was right there. Who came in after Cupcake? Williams. Superman. It was Superman.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah. Let's go, Mr. Reeves.
And then it'll be J-Set and Williams.
Very good, very good.
It's so much easier to do it in practice than it is to do it when you're under pressure, though, Cupcake. I mean, yeah, I don't think I would have got a 45. I mean, if I was put in a situation, I was stuck at the 46 flats forever. You use a chase cam? So does Cupcake, actually. So does Cupcake. So does Cupcake. Alright, our boy Superman is heading out on track here, and you know Superman's going to be putting together some liveries on his own here this season. Superman and Paul were very close. They were good friends for sure within the community, and I mean, Superman is most certainly racing for Paul this season. No ifs, ands, or buts. There's no question in my mind about that. So. No, it was a great consistency. That was great consistency for sure.
Yeah, indeed, Cupcake. Yep. Good cause for sure, man.
Yeah, we're excited about that. We're gonna, I'm gonna start digging a little harder at St. Jude's here, I think, to try and get a little pressure on him here, so we can try and get that link before October 12th. But we also want to get some videos from St. Jude's for you guys too, so we can let St. Jude's tell and the viewers out there what exactly it is that they're doing with the money that's being donated as well, right? I know that's important. We all want to know where our money's going when we're doing things like this, so it's always best to have that content right from, obviously, the organization, and we can get that content through YouTube and places like that as well if we need to, but it's just easier if they send it to us.
Yeah, let them speak for themselves, right? And so back to our conversation about the little livery contest we have. What do you think, chat? What's it going to be? Is it going to be TMNT, Transformers, Gargoyles, Looney Tunes? What do you think here? That's an old school throwback cartoon right there from Superman.
I love the Looney Tunes right now, for sure. For sure.
Wile E. Coyote and
the Roadrunner.
Roadrunner. Yeah, man. How about Elmer Fudd? Oh.
He had a really nice outlap right there. He had a 140.743 outlap. Now, he didn't take any time to just swerve side to side, put a little extra heat in his tires like we do see some racers do. That was just a straight flying outlap. He just sent it right from pit lane. So that gives us an indication that he potentially could dip into the 45s here.
I'd love to see Superman be into the 45s. He's another racer out there that has really come into his own. He puts in a lot of work, and that's what it takes to get faster, y'all. You're not going to just get on track once a month and be fast, unless you're just so naturally gifted that you don't even have to try. And there are those that are like that, don't get me wrong, but most of us really, really have to work to gain speed.
Oh, absolutely. Superman works hard. He's with a great organization. He's also another one of our fellow Race Asylum racers here as well in the championships. So he's with a great organization. He's getting lots of help and training and pointers over there, and it shows. It shows. He's looking very clean and crisp here right now. Hey, what's up, Jay?
Howdy, Jay. Howdy, howdy. Howdy to everybody else in the chat we haven't said hello to.
All right. We'll also be live on Facebook and YouTube when the official season starts here from G245 Gaming as well on my end anyway. We have a huge following over on Facebook, and honestly the Bloomstrom family is most likely going to watch over on Facebook because that is where obviously we follow their content as well. So we want to make sure that the Bloomstrom family is definitely catching the broadcasts and seeing what everybody's doing out on track for of course them and St. Jude's.
Yeah, that's my intention as well, is to go live on Facebook and YouTube. I just got to get everything set up to be able to work that way. Sometimes it's difficult enough to just get one stream working.
It's first come, first serve. You'll be next, Jay. If I get the order mixed up a little bit sometimes because I don't see the drivers come in, but
I love the Wile E. Coyote riding the rocket.
Well, I gotta tell you, we got a
Classic.
We got a 46.294 here out of Superman on his first flying lap. That is a great lap for Superman. 45 is most certainly possible here today for him.
Oh, no doubt about it. Yeah.
He's honestly driving faster
Good
around here than I am.
entry and exit into the bus stop for sure.
You know, sometimes all a racer needs is the right motivation to find that next step. Maybe this is Superman's motivation for that next step. You just never know. Racers break through at the craziest times for the craziest reasons sometimes.
Well, so far what we've seen out of the qualifiers that we've got to see so far, boy, it's going to be tight, I think. There's going to be so many that were right on the edge of making it into the Tier 1 lobbies.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be into the Tier 2 lobbies, and that's going to make Tier 2, as in general, Tier 2 is every bit as good of racing as Tier 1. Tier 1's just a little faster, you know?
Yeah, I hope you're ready for it.
Is, yeah. The racing typically is just as good in Tier 2, and sometimes even better, we've seen before.
Yeah, no, typically in every league that I've broadcast for or raced in, I'm usually tucked into that Pro-Am division myself because that's about where my pace sits right now.
Same.
It's an insane lobby. It is hard to gain ground, but it's also hard to get rid of the person that's trying to get ahead of you too. I mean, especially in the mid packs. I mean, the mid pack pro-am racing is just insanely close all the time. And I mean, if it's a vindication of what we've seen from our GT3 racers in the multi-class championship earlier this year, I mean, we've seen how insanely close that racing was, just between 5 or 6 GT3 cars on the track. Now we're putting 14 of them together. I think we're going to have some really crazy racing this season.
For sure, I tend to agree. And yes, Cupcake, both lobbies will be open, streamed, and if we do have a full third lobby, it too will be streamed by Fast Ginger is going to step up and jump in and do some comms for us, and so we're really hoping to get that third lobby. We're really rooting for Fast Ginger on this. He's stepped up and he wants to get in this, and we think he'll do a great job.
Absolutely, and I mean, we're literally a handful of drivers away from having that third lobby, so if you're sitting on the fence, don't sit on the fence, just get involved, just jump in. Even if you're going to miss a couple of races, who cares? Come have some fun, come and support a great cause.
And there's Finalized up in the chat. Finalized, you coming to join us there, buddy?
But he's got so many races going on.
Yeah.
He's got so much going on.
Haven't seen you in the registration. Oh.
I don't think he has time for us.
Yeah, Cupcake for sure, man. Like I said, we're definitely excited to let loose of the Ginger Man.
Yeah, if you head over to, we'll post Fast Ginger's channel in the Discord server because he doesn't seem to want to promote himself freely. So we'll post his channel in the GT45 Gaming Discord server, and he's been doing commentary for some other groups here, getting kind of practiced and prepared and finding his craft, so to speak, right? So head over to his channel, definitely throw them out a sub, and go check it out. It's honestly really, I enjoy it. He continues to get better and better every time he does it as well. So he's going to be a really great addition to the commentary team and to the sim racing community as a commentator in general.
Well, he's also one that's been, closely involved in many different series and leagues around the world, really, and most of them are all have commentary done on them, right? Mm-hmm. So he's watching that, he's listening to it, he's learning at the same time, and so yeah, I didn't know this was going on, and I don't know when the races are happening. Miss D, would you like to fill in a little bit on that?
The chat's already on. There's a Discord invite.
ATB, yep.
Discord invite and the pinned comments there as well. Finalized if you're not already in my Discord server. Just jump into the server and then head over to League Info, and all the championship information is in a Google document there for you.
Yep, all the pertinence.
All right, great job there by Superman. And those were two really great laps there from Superman. 46.294 and 3.92.
Yeah, fell off a little bit on lap 4 there, but lap 2 and 3, great consistency, as you can see, just a 10th off from each other. I mean, that is, yeah, incredible consistency there. Nice parking job there, fella. That is really pushing for me to stay up that lane. I'm 6 hours ahead of that.
Yeah, he's in the UK.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of our drivers are feeling the same way.
There we go. Miss Devious just posted Fast Ninja's YouTube channel in the chat there. Please, it is a safe link. Miss Devious is a moderator. She would not post anything that's going to harm our viewers here, so you can follow that link. It'll take you right to Fast Ninja's page. All right, great job, Soupy. All right, we're going to be sending 1010's J-Set out next here. Nice job, Superman. That was a great run, dude. That was a great run. Give me about 2 years and I'll be back in the States to do more of these things. We'll still be around, finalized. GT45 Gaming is not going anywhere. I love doing what I do, and I honestly want to make a business out of this. I want to run championships 5-6 days a week. We just got to build the page up to the point where I can quit my job and actually do it. Because I need to, obviously, it needs to support me.
Fun?
So, I mean, we got to start getting serious here about this if we want to make that happen, and we're taking steps now to make sure that we can at least give her a chance for that success.
Yep, you'll never succeed in life if you don't go after the thing you want. If you never try, you'll never succeed.
Don't you have to be fast to call yourself Fast Ginger? Ouch. Ouch. Just so everybody knows, Chad is a former 1010 sim racing member, and we're all friends. So we were just he's just poking fun. He's just poking fun.
Yep, a little encouragement from teammate to teammate in
Absolutely.
the form of little bits of trash talking. Never hurt somebody.
Absolutely. One of these days I'm going to head out east and I'm going to go hang out with that boy, I'm telling you what.
This is going to be very interesting here. JSAT thus far definitely has the capabilities to maybe drop Misty down a notch, but we shall see. He's looking pretty on point.
It is possible. I mean, JSAT's been with 1010 Sim Racing now for pretty much since we've been a team. God, what is that now, Misty? A little over 30 months now. I mean, we got to be getting close to a 3-year mark, or at least a 2-year mark for sure. JSAT has just recently became part owner of 1010 Sim Racing as well, so you know he's a really vital member over here at 1010 Sim Racing. He is. You know, he's the guy that keeps everybody in good spirits. He keeps everybody upbeat. He always tries to keep everybody laughing and giggling and in the right mind frame when we're on track. You know, he's a really, really good asset to the team. And, you know, he's smart. He's quick. He adapts very quickly. He races very well. And Jay has yet to find really where his limit is. He's still learning and he's still looking for that limit. You know, he's still improving on his pace. But if he's on it here today, we will definitely see him challenge Mysterious' times here, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I've
You're
been
not
on track
blacklisted,
with JSAT
homeboy.
many
You know
times.
that. You're not blacklisted. You're not blacklisted, Chad. You can race if you want.
And I do have to say, Jay has definitely another driver that has come into his own. Him and I used to race side by side, and I'll tell you, I have an incredibly... He makes me really work to even keep up with him, let alone get around him.
Just over 2 years old. Time flies so much I can't even keep track of it anymore. No, you are not, Chad. You're not blacklisted from racing at all, Chad. We'll talk. We'll talk. We haven't had our chat in a while anyway. We're due for a chat.
Registration is not closed. What do you mean? You wish you could be in it?
long story. We'll chat, but I'll hit you up here in the next couple days. The registration stays open all season until round 7, regardless, right? So, all right. So we have to do some number transitioning here in the Discord too, as well. We got a very long request line of driver numbers, and I've got to go sort the driver's number list of GT45 Gaming here. So it's something I can try and take care of today once we're done pre-qualifying, and we'll see some drivers swapping some numbers around here as numbers are going to become available. So. Why, Chad? I don't know. Because we didn't blacklist you from racing, man.
All right, so 145.810 with a penalty. Sorry about that, chat. My phone keeps ringing. I just turned down the volume, and apparently that is not ring volume. So let me see here.
All right, so 2 45s coming here from JSET so far, a 45.810 and a 45.960. We've been showing some good consistency here in his first 2 laps.
Maybe that's it, hopefully.
Yeah, you've never been blacklisted from racing. I know you feel like some people probably don't want you to race, Chad, but you know what? That's to each individual
another
person.
driver we're seeing having some good, consistent laps
But
here.
You're more than welcome to race if you want.
Really great sign from any drivers when they can be consistent. Oh my gosh, I'll be back, y'all.
Yep. We'll just give Nolander a few minutes here, and then he'll let us know in the chat when he's ready. Yeah, he was nice and clear on that same headset yesterday. He was nice and clear on the headset yesterday. It's causing him some issues here today. I wonder, I think his controller port is failing. I mean, he's a brand new controller, he said. So, I know with the controller I just replaced, as soon as I got the new controller and plugged all my gear in that goes into the headset port in the controller, it was completely different. So, I mean, the ports wear out, right? So that could be what it is one of the connecting rings or one of the pins just isn't connecting quite properly or something, and it's creating a little bit of extra noise in the background. In this case, it's like a humming. Tech is such a pain. Alright, so let's see if Jay's got an improvement here. You know, he was a little bit worried about qualifying today. He was struggling to get his times down, he was saying to me yesterday when we were chatting, but he's got those 245s there, so I know he probably won't be fully satisfied with the way they're sitting there, but he'll be happy that he at least definitely got into them. And again, you know, sometimes as racers too, we have to step away from the track a little bit just to regain our bearings. When you hit a pace wall like Jay is at right now, I'm at a pace wall right now too. I feel like I'm regressing instead of progressing. Sometimes you just need to take a break away from the track, get out of the seat, and just forget about it for a little bit. Ooh-wee! Ooh-wee! Oh, the 1010s drivers just give us great crashes, don't they? We're really good at that, too. Just saying. The Cobra gave us a good one yesterday, too. That's a tough one, but it was a great one. That was a good one. Alright, so obviously this lap isn't going to be an improvement here, so it'll be 810 and a 960. Somebody's got to do it, right? Somebody's got to do it. It's got to happen eventually. No, he was definitely pushing it. I mean, that's exactly what that was. It was exactly a cause and effect of trying to send it. That's, I mean, it happens. Poor guy. Cobra did it yesterday, so. Man down, man down. Yeah, give him a hard time. I'd give him a hard time. Mine was better. I don't know. Jay's crash was pretty epic, man. There was some air, there was some good saving, some fishtailing all the way across the track. I don't know, man. I think Jay's was better, Cobra. I think Jay's was better. All right, let's go check on Nolander here. No, he's still. Oh, there he is. Yep, he's just come back. So, what'd you think about that nice crash there, my man? That was a doozy. It's okay, Jay. Well, thank you for the great entertainment. Probation for Cobra, sure. Oof. Well, the best time to do it is definitely on the outlap. I'm just saying. You shake it off. You're all good, Williams. Get those tires cleaned up. Just shake it off.
Well, if you're going to bend it on the outlap's the way to do it.
Absolutely. That's the best time to do it. You see, this is what I talk about. You know,
I'm Williams here. I am familiar with this racer, chat. Have done some commentary for him for some leagues with No Limits Racing and Noble Racing League. So it is a familiar driver to me. His pace should be good. Miss D still holding on to that top spot thus far.
For the day, yes, that's correct. Yeah, just taking a stride, Williams. I was just reading some chat in the Discord here. And I always keep my eye on the Discord during pre-qualifying weekend because we're constantly getting messages of drivers that are trying to go through the process. They want to get ready, qualified today, you know, stuff like that. So we're trying to help them out as quickly as we can here. So Williams hasn't been racing for a little while, he said, so he feels a little bit uncomfortable about the pre-quali here today.
Sheriff Cobra, howdy, fellas.
But
how y'all doing today? Hope y'all are well.
Oh, I'm muted on my side. There we go.
There you go. I was wondering what was going on. I turned everything up. I was just like, okay, well, I guess I'll have to listen real close for when I should be speaking.
No, I must have flipped my headset mute by accident. William said he was feeling a little bit uncomfortable about qualifying here today, as he hasn't raced in a little while, he said. So, yeah, you know, he's it can take a little while to, I guess, get the rhythm here, but he's looking pretty good on this hot lap. He seemed to have collected himself pretty good after that little moment on the out lap there, and this will be a little bit of a safe lap, I like to call it, and then we'll see if he starts to push it a little bit. Williams did race with us last season as well in the multi-class championship, so he is a returning racer here at GT45 Gaming as well.
He was pushing it around that corner for sure. We'll see what he does here on the final couple of corners, about where he's going to land for his first hot lap.
He was a little bit unsure of himself right there in that corner. He actually trail braked in a little bit. He might have cost himself just a little bit of speed there, but again, just looking for, I think, a first comfortable lap here is Williams.
Yep, good exit though on the final corner though, so we'll see if he can put it all together now.
Absolutely. The Palm Tree is interested in racing too, Mischievous. Just a heads up, so we can, you know, try to get through the process of getting him registered and all that great stuff. All the great stuff.
Yeah, actually didn't realize that Palm Tree and I were not friends on PlayStation, so I sent him a friendship invite just last night and was like, where are you at, dude? Why have you not registered yet?
He actually sent me a message yesterday morning, so.
Fantastic. That's what we love to see. That's another reason
going,
for
Brad?
doing these pre-qualifying streams, y'all. It boosts the hype within the community for the series itself, gets more people interested, more people involved. The viewers obviously love it. And look how many of y'all are here today.
Yeah, no, we're had lots of people popping in and out and chat, and we love to see that. Definitely, don't be scared to interact. The community is pretty fun. The chat can get a little interesting sometimes.
A little spicy. Mr. Bradley Helm, how are you today, sir? Good day indeed.
There's a name I haven't seen in the chat in a while. I gotta tell you what.
You're right.
That's what I mean.
Alright,
You know,
Williams.
we really intended this series to bring all the OGs back, even if it's just on a viewership side of things this season, to you know, let the community know that, you know, this huge sim racing community network that we've built here over the years with Ghost Viper and all of us content creators in the group, you know, we're not done. We are only getting stronger.
That's better. 9/10, almost a full second from second lap to the third. That was a good line right there. Seemed to carry some pretty good speed through that, in through the S's, up the hill. About right where he should be on speed.
Looks like he's starting to feel comfortable with the combination a little bit here now. He's definitely pushing it this lap.
Yeah. We'll see how the bus stop treats him.
That was not bad. That was definitely not bad there. You had a good solid line through there. A little bit of speed loss through the bus stop compared to some of our racers, but I think that's more of a comfort factor than it is a risk factor for him here.
Well, again, as we touched on yesterday, this Porsche could be a little bit wily, especially if you've not raced in a little while. She likes to get spicy on you.
Well, that's over. That was a great crash, Jay. Just saying, man, that was an epic crash. Better than Cobra's, in my opinion. I mean, registration is open. You are more than welcome to join if the times work for you, Bradley. We have the links posted here in the chat, and you can at least take a look, anyways, and see if it works for you. But you are more than welcome.
Again, y'all, I don't know whether or not GT 45 has touched on this or not, y'all. Obviously, we are doing this for a really great cause. Two of them, in fact, to honor Mr. Vegas, and then for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And the best thing that y'all can do, believe it or not, is not donate. The best thing y'all can do for the stream, for St. Jude's, is to share this out. So wherever you can, please do so. Please share it out to at least one place, 10 places, however many you can, whatever. Get the word out.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well said. And all right, Cobra, fine. You know what? You want to dispute who had the best crash? I mean, I can just clip these two great crashes out of the qualifying sessions, out of the YouTube videos, and we can let the community decide which crash was better.
Yeah, we can have a bloopers reel for sure, and we'll just vote on it. I like the idea myself.
Saying I'm biased. It was just a better wreck. Come on. That's double probation. And he is up 4/10 here, so he's looking to really potentially get a 46 here now as he comes around. So he really needs to lock in this last sector here as he comes in through the chase to set up the final corner.
That's a good
Let's
line.
do.
Definitely using all the track.
All right, guess I gotta go make some clips.
Another good line, up 4/10. That'd just keep him outside the 46s, but we'll see what he can do right here in the final two corners. Another good line. Ooh, the grass.
No, he's carrying pretty good speed
Okay.
there. He carried great speed there.
Yeah. Yep, that's a good looking run right there.
There it is. There he goes.
Yep. 146. Well done, Williams.
46.902. And a 47 what? 5 something? No, Leonard, what's the second fastest time there? 147. 502. 46,902. 502. Yeah, we're struggling. Sorry, we got the screenshot. Oh, we got Jakey up next. Oh, hello, Jakey. So this is one of our potential drivers that is going to put pressure on the overall fastest qualifying time here this weekend, without a question of a doubt. My memory is just absolutely wrecked today. Great job, Williams. Great job, brother. Well, I don't think Jake needs any introduction to the general community here. Everybody knows who Jakey is. He is an esports race asylum racer, which means he is on the upper pace level race asylum drivers pool. And, you know, Jakey has been making a legitimate push here for the last year and a half here to try and actually compete in Manufacturers Nations Cup and score enough points to potentially make one of the big events. So Jakey has been working very hard here over the last year, especially on his racecraft and just cleaning up his little habits and mistakes here. And I got to tell you what, we are starting to see that improvement in Jake's driving, and Jake is potentially going to be our fastest qualifier here today. There is competition there for him, but we are probably in for a treat on what we're about to see this Porsche do at Watkins Glen here, I think. .144.5 is what finalized thinks. Bye bye purple, says Miss D. We can't hear you, Nolander, if you're talking, my friend.
I'm guessing finalized is probably just about right there on that guesstimate there. The controlled slide there, well, hitting the grass really is full-on Jakey style. And yeah, no, you're not wrong. I've seen Jake in the top 50 on times on qualifying, top 50 in the world. I don't know how many times I've seen Jakey, so he's definitely putting in the work to become faster, and this will give us a little bit of an idea right here. 139.5.
And I mean, Jake easily made 3/4 of a second worth of mistakes in that outlap as well, just getting the car warmed up and getting a feel around the track, right? So I mean, he had a couple big slides there. So yeah, I think we're going to see a quick time here today, for sure.
44.6 in the warm-up lobby, ATV says.
Well, right now he's at a 45.2 almost, currently, pace of.
Yeah, look at the comment there from Finalized. He just qualified for top split in MSL that has Jack Balding in it.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Top split guy, indeed. Of course, many of us already know this. It's no big surprise. Let's just close our eyes and
just
pretend.
enjoy it. Just, you know, it's a treat to watch drivers that are this experienced and this skilled behind the wheel of a race car. And it's not just this car, it's any car this guy jumps into. It just doesn't seem to matter. It's a treat.
Half a second purple.
It's a treat to watch drivers like this, so enjoy it.
Yeah. You can learn a lot just from watching the man, that's for sure.
And I mean, Jakey isn't racing on top tier, you know, $10,000 sim rig setup equipment. You know, he's got a CSL 8. That's what he races on.
8/10. Oh, great.
Top tier goofball.
Right there.
Top tier goofball facts. And there it is, a 44.652.
9/10 of a second.
Woo. So that is officially the fastest one lap time here in qualifying this weekend, and it's by about 0.2 of a second over Tom, who had a 144.882, if I'm not mistaken.
No, that is correct, yeah.
That still does
And
not.
I don't suspect he's done.
No, that doesn't place him as top qualifier currently yet, but he still has 3 cracks at it yet, so.
Facts, Misty, facts. Definitely take notes as to what this driver's doing. Not that portion of it, though. The 2.5 penalty is not what you want, chat. That's going to negate this lap and
You win a
the
prize
next
for that
lap,
guess.
unfortunately.
No. No prize for guessing. Come on.
We'll give you some props, though. And I mean, you pretty much nailed that right on the nose there.
And unfortunately there for Jake, he's gonna have to squash his second lap there, but and he's gonna crash the car.
Well, that was a decent wreck there. I mean, you damaged front and back. I mean, why not? You already wiped out the purple time there.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, you might as well just get it all out of the way, right?
Yeah. If you're gonna do it right, right?
That was just him
And
trying
that's the thing with
to
Jakey.
scrub the tires
Or
off.
any-
It got a little aggressive there.
Yeah, any driver that is pushing as hard as that, you're gonna from time to time wreck because you are taking the car to the very edge of what it is capable of doing, and it's a very thin line to cross over and find that place where, whoops, the car's not gonna do that.
Yep, that was just a case of trying to improve and pushing the limits, and the limits bit him that time around.
Yep. 2 more laps, Jakey. Let's see it here, buddy.
Well, he's definitely not going to want a 2:03 added on to his qualifying time. That's not going to help his cause any, so.
Yeah, no, that'd put him back into tier 2, which we know that's not a good thing.
True. I mean, some of our drivers, it really is truly just a formality to do the pre-qualifying because we still need to place them in their position that they qualified in, depending on how the series setup works. And this season, it is important because it's a reverse grid based off your qualifying. So we do still need to have our faster drivers that we know are going to be in tier 1 still come down and put in times, because where they end up amongst each other does matter, obviously, for the start of the season. So.
Indeed, and I think that's what's really going to make this series stand out is the fact that it's going to be reverse grid. So the fastest guys are going to have to make their way through traffic, and the fastest guys may not be that much faster than the guy in front of them. So getting around them is really going to be a challenge, as it's well known. It's one thing to catch a racer, but passing them, a whole different ball game.
Absolutely. This is a more of a controlled lap. I wouldn't say this is a push lap. This is a lap to be like, okay, I better get a second safe time in here, and then I'm going to send it. So we are going to see him send it this time for sure.
I want to know how he does that. Clip that grass, and the car didn't even get sideways at all. It just didn't react.
It's a trade secret amongst the high-tier drivers.
I'm guessing so, man, because every time I do that, I am straight slideways all the way around that corner and just drift the snot out of it.
It's just something that the high-tier drivers, the really experienced drivers, do differently than the rest of us that makes the difference in their pace around a racetrack. They're a lot more confident in being able just to step down on the power when the car is out of control and just hold it, and that is where a big difference comes into play from the higher tier to the average driver is they'll just put their foot into it and just try to drive it out of it. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Finalized. No, ain't nobody taking my wheel from me, buddy. I'll learn eventually. I do enough watching to where I pick up enough little tips and tricks anyhow, so.
The gaming page isn't exactly the place for that kind of conversation, Chad. That's why nobody's saying anything about it.
Okay, so 10th down on his purple time there, but that can be made up here and into the final 3 corners here. Easily a 10th can be made up. Right to the edge. Yep, he's already made up a portion of it. Ooh, I hope that's not too wide. And there goes the grass again.
Did they do that on
That
purpose?
lost him a little time.
They do that on purpose. It gains rotation.
It does. Too much at times. So 144.759. There's the full send, and he just hammers the gas. Lucas, how we doing, partner?
And a 7 what? 144.7.
144.759.
10-4.
Oh, well, let's see. Yes, 144.759, 144.652.
But he used to be out of CSL. My mistake.
Yeah, no, he's on Fan Attack for some time now.
No,
I'm not
that's,
sure
I
what he's
remember
running.
the CSL had something go on with it, and it had to be replaced. Actually, that was like a year ago or so, I think. That's
Yeah.
right.
Well done, Jake. Nice show, man.
All right. That does make Jake our top qualifier. Yep.
He's Gonzo.
He's probably got a race to go to.
Yeah, I bet. I'm betting he probably does.
All right, let's go take a quick gander. Let's go get us a sheet.
And Jakey, howdy, howdy. Well done, buddy. Nice little run there. I love the launch through the grass, the air into the wall, and then standing on the throttle as you try to push the wall. Give somebody else a little more track room, I suppose.
Now the question is can I... Let's just do this. Just give me a moment here, chat. We're going to throw something up for you here. Quali standings. Just going to bring up the qualification sheet as we have it currently here. So just bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to take a moment to get it to show up here, as you can see.
Indeed, Lucas. It would be fantastic to see you out here, man. Auto solo for FIA boss. Penalties for everyone. That's just a little jab, guys. Come on. Yeah, Jakey, you're not wrong. This is definitely an interesting track car combo for sure.
All right. What do you see on the screen, Nolan? Or do you see the standings?
Well, I'm seeing like multiple
screens
actually. Yeah.
All right. That's kind of annoying.
There you go. You got it now.
Yeah, no, it's I gotta do something different here.
I'll take two.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, Misty's saying she has a screenshot for you on Discord, if that would work better for you.
So no, I can we'll go like this. Yes, I just put in the wrong source. That's my fault.
Yep, we'll get her sorted, y'all. ATB, all right. Another legend of the community for some time now.
There it is. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so as you can see on the screen in front of you here, this is officially, currently, where our standings are sitting. And if I could just get it to show up all the way, that'd be great. There we go. So we have 20 drivers currently qualified here so far. We are missing a couple of names in the registration sheet, which means they haven't filled out the full process yet, so we'll have to get that sorted in order to get everything official. But currently it is Jakey on top, with Tom in second, and Roses is our third fastest. Mad Skills not too far behind there, just a little under a second. So we can see there we got a lot of 211 times in that list and a lot of low 212s. So that is where the tough decision is gonna have to be made from our admin team here as we continue through qualifying. Which one came in first, ATB or Dylan?
ATB.
Okay. The 212 field's very close. Yep, I agree. Whew, 44.6.
All right, so again, most of y'all do know ATB. Definitely been around for quite some time here. Very established racer. Another fantastic livery done by JP here. Really nailed it with the Rexy rendition.
Yeah.
Beautiful livery.
You knew we were going to see a Rexy Porsche at some point.
You almost got to. I mean, how can you ignore it?
All right, I mean, ATB is a true OG of the page and the channel here for both me and Nolander. He's been around the community for longer than I've been around the community for, so, you know, he's a returning racer here. He comes almost every season for what we drop for championships, and even this season he's unable to really properly compete this season due to, you know, Thanksgivings and Christmas and family ordeals with the youngin' and of course his family. So, but, you know, he's here to support the Bloomstroms and the cause for St. Jude's, and that's why he's here racing this season. So, yeah, you know, it's everybody's here for their reason this season, and it's going to be a great championship.
And enough is just never enough for this driver. He's always
What's up, freak?
picking on himself, you know. Oh yeah, I'm slow and this and that. Well, I've probably been on track with ATV as much or more than anybody thus far that's qualified, and I can tell you he's pretty quick fella. He beats me almost every race now. Definitely come on strong as of late. And the thing is like GT45 was alluding to, he really doesn't get on track as much as he would like to. So I'm sure that's a portion of his confidence sometimes. You know, like every driver, confidence isn't there. You tend to make small mistakes, and it can cost you. So we're just looking to see him do well out here in this championship for sure. We'll see what he's got.
Absolutely. ATB is another one of these drivers we've been watching just grow over the years as well, and he's probably one of the most stubborn drivers in our community as far as how he feels about his own racing. I mean, he is so much better than he gives himself credit for, and you know, I guess we're our own worst critics when it comes down to things that we do in life, and that is definitely the case here with ATB.
For sure. Can throw a blanket on about half the qualifying sheet.
Yeah, we try and tact. We try and man.
Than the actual Rexy. It does. It does. I like it better than the original.
Just throw a Rexy on the sheet. We could make that happen. You holding up all right?
Yeah.
Oof, he had a big slide there
Alright,
coming off
so-
that curb as he was just trying to miss the wall there. He almost, the car almost slid out from underneath him there. And you know, it's a dangerous corner actually, because if you do just clip that wall, being that deep in the curbing, that it's almost like a ping pong effect sometimes, and it'll just shoot you right across the front straight into the pit wall. And oh man, that just hurts. That just hurts. You definitely don't want to do that.
Hey, even with the
No, I'm
big
sorry,
slide
brother.
there, still very nearly into the 145s here from ATB. Already a little bit up on that time. Really crisp line there through the bus stop. Oh,
Ooh.
but a little tight. I don't see that he was within penalty zone there.
It may have been the second apex. I think he just got a little too much, a little too comfortable with the cut on the apex there, and they definitely stung
it was
him.
the first one, actually.
They definitely
The
stung
second
him.
one looked really clean. They did. The stewards aren't playing around out here today, folks.
Oh, why are you picking on Rexy? All right, so he's going to shake that off. Obviously, he just served that 1 second penalty. That's going to squash a good lap here for ATB this time around, but he's still got 2 more cracks at it here. And I mean, that's why another reason why we allow the 4 hot laps too, because obviously, you know, we all make our mistakes on the racetrack. So at least it gives you an opportunity to correct that mistake on another lap as well.
Yep, nail these 2 final corners and get you set up real good for a good start on this next lap here. And he seems to have done just that, taking it right to the edge of the wall. Absolutely beautiful line there.
Yeah, he should have some good pace coming into turn 1 here, so we could set this next lap up with a good entry exit out of turn 1 heading into the S's here, and that was nice and smooth. He wasn't over braking there. He just let the car roll through and right back on the throttle, and it was in a straight line, so it's a good start here.
Yep, definitely on pace through the S's with most of the qualifiers we've seen thus far this weekend. We'll see how the bus top treats him this time.
He took that
There
a little
we
more.
go.
He took that a little more casually this time. He didn't really try
That
to
was
force the
clean.
car through that time. Yeah.
Yep, that was clean.
I'm not sure where the penalty
Beautiful
came from the
exit.
first time. I mean, that was a little bit of a question mark penalty to begin with, I think. But
I have to agree. Right to the edge of the track, pushing the limits here. ATB's really trying to send her here on this lap, and I don't blame the guy. It's qualifying. You really want to push.
And I mean, that's kind of the line you want to take coming out of that right-hander anyways. I mean, you really want to be full on the curb there, because when you come into the next uphill right-hander, those dirty right side tires that you got from dipping into the grass on that exit are not going to affect the stability of the car, because it's the left tires that are taking the brunt of that next corner. So that's why we do see a lot of drivers really push out a wide entry coming out of the carousel downhill in towards the boot sector there, because it doesn't affect your turn in for the next corner.
Great speed carried through there. And right up against the wall there.
It's a nice lap.
Perhaps a little bit
This is a
slower
nice
than the last
lap.
time, but a good lap.
A 45.
Mid 45s. Nice.
There we go. He'll be happy with that for
45s.
sure. Let's see if he can get another one down here now.
Yep, one more. Yep, looking good so far, Miss D, for sure.
I've always told ATB that he is a better driver than he gives himself credit for. I want to
Oh,
see
me
another
too.
mid 45 here.
I do too. I do too, and he's fully capable of it for sure.
And the Porsche is not really a preferred choice of car for ATB either. So, I mean, this isn't a car that he's super comfortable in, I don't think, either.
Yeah, to my recollection, he's much more of an FR driver.
He likes his front engine cars for sure compared to these MR beasts. I mean, these MR cars they're not for everybody, right? They are very difficult to drive. There's a learning curve to them, and everyone's different. None of them are the same. They all have different little quirks about them. And even though the Porsche is more of a rear engine car, it is classified as a mid-engine car here in the game, so that is why it does fall into the valid car list here for the championship season as well. And I know that's a big discussion all the time in the community, but at the end of the day, the game classifies this as a mid-engine car, so on that basis alone.
Great line. You see how close he was to that wall?
He
Woo,
actually
doggy.
nicked it. He actually just nicked it.
Oh, man.
45,
Yeah, he was
663.
just up on time there, and that little nick took it away from him, but that's okay. 145.663 and 146.020. That one's showing it in red. That's the one he had a penalty on, so the next fastest time is 146.035.
Yep. 146.020.
Okay, yeah, copy.
Misdevious is also screenshotting right from the live stream to update the sheets as well, so we're like triple verifying. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I didn't get that screenshot on that one, actually.
It's all good. We got her.
All right. So Dylan about to go out on track. Another quick racer here. Been in a few different series. And always a pleasure to watch him race, for sure.
Dylan joined the community a couple, I would say, almost 2 years ago. We came out with the Prototype Championship last year in 2024. That's what drew Dylan into the community, was the Prototype Championship. And I can tell you what, this guy is blazing fast in LMP1 cars. That is for sure. So we came in with the Multi-Class Championship at the beginning of this year, and sure enough, there was Dylan back in those LMP1 cars dominating out on the track again. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does in the GT3 cars now as compared to how comfortable he is in the LMPH cars and the LMP1 cars. But he's a very efficient driver. He's super consistent, and I'm really actually glad to see that he's joined the Vegas Cup Series here this year as well.
For sure, it was definitely an exciting couple of championships watching him going out there. And I if I remember correctly, didn't he take both of those championships?
Yes, he is our overall champion in both prototype championships here that we've ran in the last year. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
so he is a
that's what I
two-time
thought. Yeah,
GT45 gaming champion here as well.
Definitely pretty quick fellow, that's for sure.
ATB had a fantastic run.
Yeah, he did.
All that hard work, all that effort, even though he doesn't get maybe the C10 that he's looking to get all the time, obviously being a dad and everything, but you know, all the work that he's putting in, all the training and all the tips that he's getting over from Race Asylum, it is paying off, man. It's paying off.
I believe, if I remember correctly, I did hear something about a little one starting school here sometime soon, so that we may be seeing him on track a little more often, which would be very nice.
I know. Yeah, I'm not actually surprised to see that you brought Rexy out. I knew that Nora loves the Rexy cars, so I'm actually surprised it wasn't pink.
Yeah, that. She's quite the little racing fan. That's really awesome. Yeah, I remember her, you know, her just sitting in your lap watching. You know, she's like 6 months old, watching racing with you.
I mean, girls like cars and engines and things that go fast and smell of gasoline just as much as boys do.
Yeah, especially if Dad does.
I mean, that's the same thing with my boys too. You know, they're total car kids, and it's all because of me, without a question of a doubt.
Yeah, children definitely do what they see and not necessarily what they're told.
Well, I mean,
as parents, we all have some experience in that.
and when you've got parents that are, willing to take them out to these events and then spend the time and take the extra time to get them into pit lane like you can do after the races or over a pre-race, right? And go meet the teams and go sit in the cars and look at the cars and watch other kids getting in the cars. It just drives their imagination wild, right? It gives them a thrill. It gives them excitement. And I mean, that's the best part about being a parent with kids. So, I mean, I fully recommend taking your children to the racetrack. You have no idea how much they will absolutely love it. And you get some wicked swag in pit lane after the race when you go do the pit walkthrough, too. Just saying. Some awesome swag for the kids.
Right? Just make sure to bring them some sort of ear protection because that can negate the whole thing.
I mean, I use earbuds and earmuffs for my kids because the cars are very, very loud, obviously. You have to protect their ears, that's for sure.
Yep, I took my son when he was about 3 or 4 months old to his first monster truck show, and he absolutely did not like it because we never even thought about how loud it was. And
you have to redo delivery now. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Has an open house again this fall. I'll be taking her to that. Oh man, yeah.
So when's the big Daytona 24-hour trip with the girl? That's the next question.
I was going to ask earlier, ATB, are you going to make it this year, bud? She's at that age right now to where, boy, howdy, you take her to an event like that, and you ain't never getting her off that racetrack or out from behind the wheel.
Yeah, it's a tough deal though for a race that long. Kids are kids, right? They get tired, they get impatient, they get bored.
They can sleep right there in the stands. They get tired enough, their little bodies will just go to sleep.
It's true. That is true. So Dylan's starting with a 45.8 here on his first lap. Is just showing indications here that he's potentially going to be dipping into the 44s himself here as he's 5/10 up on that 45.8 right now.
Yeah, and that's pretty impressive actually, because the downforce difference between the LMP1 and LMP2, the prototypes and these GR3 cars, is a massive difference. 145.3,
Gotcha.
Nice looking lap.
Anytime you want, Bar. You can come into the lobby, just stay off. Just wait till you're told to go out on track.
Nuclear, am I allowed to join Cesar? Don't want to ruin anyone's quality.
No, you're good.
I see.
You can join the lobby, it's fine.
Sears 24 is always on the radar, but as far as her, until she drops her now. Right?
Once they start going to preschool, that's the time you can start breaking that.
Yeah, I don't know if they still do nap times
They do.
in preschool
They do.
anymore or
They
not,
do.
But
Some do, some don't.
Right. New big slide there from Dylan. He come into that a little hot, but handled it. Lost himself some time though.
That loss of time is still faster than that first hot lap though here so far. So we'll see if we can gather some of that back here as we head into the chase.
Well, along with the bus stop in turn 1, the chase, and the final 2 corners of this track, you really got to nail those, or you're just not going to get the lap that you want.
You got to be able to, you really got to throw caution to the wind. You really want to try and force the carrying speed there. Like Dylan was almost at 110 mile an hour at mid-apex there. That is really great carrying speed in the final corner there, and that 45.542 there from Dylan. So an improvement on his first lap there now as well.
Yep.
So that's currently going to place him 4th overall, I think, here in the qualifying session. It's going to be very close between himself and Mad Skills.
Yeah, top tier is looking good. I mean,
it's looking so good.
Second tier is looking really incredibly good too. But look at here, just 0.24 of a second down. Really hot into the bus stop. Carries the line really nice. good wide entry into that long right-hand corner there. It's an important place to carry speed there as well.
She's only in preschool for 3 hours right now, but next year for sure the first race is on the burner for sure. Nice. One of these years I'll make it down there with the community. One of these years.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to see that campsite grow to about 30 people at least instead of 8 or 12.
I say our GT7 racing community just takes over the whole infield.
Yeah, and then get us up in the comms box for an hour.
Oh my god, don't tease me. Don't tease me like that.
Wouldn't that be just a ride right there, buddy? Man. Ooh, a little tap into the wall riding there.
That's definitely going to cost him a little bit of time on his lap time there, unfortunately. He may have had another improvement there, but 2 very solid 45 laps here coming from Dylan.
Yeah, let's see, 45.316 and 45.542. That overall is going to be a very good time. I'd say that's probably going to put him right there around third place so far.
I didn't even get a chance to get that screenshot. So.
Nope, me either.
Dylon, right? I forgot it's Dylon. Right. He's going to hate me for that. That was a great run there from Dylan. That'll be Bar next. I hit the wrong button, chat.
We don't do that. Oh. Those things never happen.
It happens a lot, unfortunately.
Right.
Thank you, Misty. I mean, we got the live stream where
Misty's
we got it out of the way.
over it. Yep.
Another reason why we like to live stream the pre-qualifiers as well, it does give us video evidence of the qualifying run, so.
Yeah, pretty important to get as many verifications as possible, just so there are no chances for any sort of discrepancies.
Ooh, this car looks a little fancy.
Yeah. Bit spicy.
Alright, so we got 1010's Bar 27 now out on track here, of course, with the 1010's crew, and running a new number here this championship season, running 444, and that's, I believe, in honor of a recent family member that suffered a tragedy, had their life taken from them by somebody else. It was a really sad deal, so carrying the number 444 in memory of course, his lost loved one. And, you know, with that being said, that probably makes this championship pretty important to him, as well as he's also dealing with the loss of a loved one currently right now himself.
Yeah, for sure. And I'll tell you, that definitely is. I'm really digging on that livery. That is nice.
It is nice, isn't it? Yeah.
It's a little Rastafarian kind of vibe to it with the red and the green.
I mean, I fully expected a bunch of Pikachus, to be honest, so...
Hey, you're giving away bar secrets now.
I think he's made some livery requests, actually, in the server. I think we have to make him a couple liveries here. I think I should probably get on that.
No, I'm sure there's plenty of decals out there to accommodate for such things.
No, there is, without a question of a doubt. Alright, so Bar is another driver who doesn't get a whole lot of opportunity to get a lot of seat time to grind and train and practice in. He definitely gets it in when he can. He's a truck driver by trade, so he's away a lot working. Obviously, it's a pretty important industry. So he gets it in when he can, but yeah, he's been showing a lot of improvement over the last, I would say, 6 months here as he's kind of gotten back into the swing of championship racing again as his work schedule's kind of eased up a little bit for him. So it's nice to see the improvement from your drivers, I guess, when they come out from, one race to the next or one championship to the next. It's important as a team owner to be able to see the growth and the positives in your drivers, and so you can continue to try and form a path for them to continue to grow and get better, right? And I mean, at some point, these drivers get faster than I am, and I have a hard time in helping them at that point. But we have great community members like Jake and Lucas and a lot of our, A+ drivers within the community that step up in that point and take over and try to get them to that next level. So I mean, the community really is outstanding at helping each other grow as a whole.
Yeah, absolutely. He's definitely getting a lot of seat time, just not sim rig seat time. So the two do not go hand in hand. I can tell you from personal experience, and so can Mr. Cupcake.
Just had a request for the standings in the chat here.
Bar went a little wide there. It's going to negate
info.
that first lap. Yep, there's the penalty popped up there. Might as well do a little drifting, Bar. That lap's
Ooh, that's
going to be
unfortunate. He's carrying that half-second penalty here going across the line. So the game's going to nil and void the lap here naturally as well. So that's a tough start. Now 40.7 out lap tells us that he should be able to crack a 45 here, but he's got to keep it clean.
Yep. We need times.
You wanted the live timing info, not the qualifying info. My bad, yes, my bad.
That's a good, nice look at that livery. Yeah, I'm digging on that.
It's definitely different coming from Bar, that's for sure.
Ooh, I hope that's not another penalty. He went pretty tight on that final.
If he is going to get the penalty, now's the time to do it, because he's
it.
going to have to serve it anyways here. So he's still waiting to serve that half second from last lap. So
he's clean on it. Ooh, dang, he was getting it through there.
he mowed some grass there for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely an expensive lawn job, I'll tell you.
You got to give some credit to the Watkins maintenance staff, man, because no matter how many times these cars seem to run over the grass on this racetrack, it's always nice and green and growing every time you come back.
Heavy watering in the off hours of racing.
Probably continues grass seed planting. Ooh-wee!
Oh, that's not gonna help.
Surprisingly enough, actually, he probably gained speed out of that corner because he was so on the edge.
Really nice lines through there.
All right, so this could be a 46-47 because of the penalty here, that's for sure. So now he's got basically 2 cracks at this. He needs to get both these laps right in order to really solidify his pace here for the championship season.
Let's go, Bart. You got this, buddy.
Obviously, I have a really good grasp on where this driver's pace should fall. But obviously with the competition we have here in the championship this season, that's not necessarily the case. It's very close between the 3:11 and 3:12 time mark. It's so tight.
Yeah, it certainly is.
It was a little bit risky there as he got a little tight on the carousel inside quarter there, and he almost got that car hooked around the curb there, and it was potentially going to toss him. He recognized that he was in trouble there and immediately got his car out of that position, so very fortunate there. The curbing at Watkins Glen is very pronounced, and the Porsche is a very low car, so it can very quickly unstable the car if you eat a little too much of the curbing, and it can make the car bounce, which can break the rear tires free. And if you lose the back end of this car, it's a wild ride.
Yep, no doubt about it. My worst spot for that happening is the bus stop. Hit it too hot on the entry, and yeah,
Alright, so we got a nice improvement coming here. He's about a half a second up, so he just needs a really good, crisp, clean corner here to hold that. The 47.5 there coming from Bar, so a little bit off pace here as far as I'm concerned from Bar, but we'll see what he's got here this last time around. Yeah, there's definitely something wrong with your mic. Interesting. Trucker buddies, yeah. Trucker buddy says cupcake. Sandbagging. We won't let sandbagging happen, Chad. You know that. We may get him to requalify because I do believe that he's off pace here.
Yeah, drivers, do not listen to the stream while you're qualifying. It throws you off.
We've already had one driver run a second time here today just to ensure that that was where their pace level sits. We may do the same here for Bar.
Oh, yeah. Picking up another half-second penalty. That will negate that time advantage he had picked up there. Ooh, sideways. Still up on time, but it's going to negate.
No, I agree, Chad. I agree.
Break to 0.8.
Unfortunately, it's going to void his lap here because he's got a penalty on the final lap. So we'll take the screenshot. We got to make sure we got the times here, and then I think we're going to reach out to Bar and most likely get him to throw down another session.
Yeah, because that was a 46.8. Almost a full second faster than any of the other laps.
All right. We'll go 5-3-2.
Cupcake. Yeah, y'all do not listen to the stream while you're qualifying. You never know. We might be talking you up, and that'll get to your head, and in a good way or a bad way, either way. When I'm running championships and I'm actually racing, I cannot listen to it, because the minute my name gets mentioned, or even the car right behind me, I'll start listening to what's going on, and then I'm unfocused on the actual race.
All right. So, I mean, I know this driver very well. The Bar 27, of course, he's one of our drivers here at 1010 Sim Racing, and I do feel like that was definitely off his pace a little bit, so we are going to get him to run a second session, but we'll get him to run that second session tomorrow or the next day here. Let him get a little proper warm-up time, and or whenever he's available, and we'll get him a second run just to compare it to the first run to make sure that the pace is actually what the pace is. You're right, Chad, right? All right, I'm going to throw it over, and we're going to throw the ad up for a minute.
Thank you for allowing us to be part of your family. This is Joe Blomstrom and Lori Blomstrom, and behind us here is a picture of our son Paul, who was part of the Sim Racing family, and it's just so cool that you're allowing us to be a part of this, and we really appreciate you thinking of Paul the way you do.
We just wanted to thank you guys. We are so grateful you're doing Paul Garner. He really loved this community, and we are hoping that we can raise some funds for St. Jude's charity. We have a special place in our hearts for St. Jude's. They help kids, and we are really grateful.
Paul loved you guys. We miss him terribly. He was a great son, great guy, and made friends with the world, including all of you. Thank you so much.
Paul loved to go fast, and I hope you guys do too. Thank you.
So we have a little stall here in the qualifying, and that usually happens here throughout these longer sessions as drivers aren't quite ready to jump in yet. So why don't you go and jump in a lobby bar with a couple of the guys, take another half hour or so, and just get a little bit more warmed up and take some tips, and then come back and try it again. Or we can set it up for Monday or Tuesday night, whatever works for you, and we can do a second attempt privately through one of those sessions as well. I'll leave that up to you. I'll leave that up to you, my man. It's because we know that their pace was not shown properly in the first attempt, so we would like them to make a second attempt to verify that is actually what their pace is. For Yu, that's exactly what the case was, and her second run was actually worse than her first run, so that told us everything we needed to know, and now we know where we're supposed to place Yu when the time comes to make our divisional placements. That's all it comes down to. It's an individual basis. There's no biasness here, but I also know that was easily a second off of Barr's typical pace on any racetrack. So that was not indicative of a proper qualifying run for what we're looking for to place our drivers. If he comes out and he throws down a bunch of 47s again, then okay, and then obviously that's where his pace is sitting. But we know the driver because he's one of my drivers, and I know that his pace is typically better than that. So I don't want to place him in a division where he's going to have an advantage over the rest of the field. Barr was practicing. He just made penalties on every lap. How do you dictate how a driver's qualifying time is when he's picking up penalties, right? It wasn't very clean. So Barr was practicing with during the morning here to get ready for this. He just doesn't do well at this track, or whatever the case may be. Maybe it's the car, I don't know. But we just want to make sure that what we saw was right. I don't know why you're so stressed out. You're in the top lobby, Reaper. Or very well at the top end of the Pro-Am lobby with the times you put down.
I was going to say, like, top 5, I think. Something like that.
Not quite. He's still sitting in top lobby, I think, though, yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah, we have had a few quick drivers today.
Yeah.
Jakey, obviously. Dylan coming in.
We still have a couple more yet to have to come through. Lucas will bump a couple people down, I'm sure, as well. And
is Lucas actually joining in this?
I think so.
I thought I had seen him earlier come in and say that he wished that he could commit to it, which I took as that he wasn't going to be able to do it. But I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, you had one penalty, Reaper. Yeah, lots of drivers have had penalties through their run so far this weekend. I mean, you threw down.
Currently sitting top 5.
No, not it's Mad Reaper.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay. I see. I put the Mad together. That's I see copy.
I mean, what is it you're looking for a second run, Mad Reaper? To what, improve your time a little bit? We don't give runs just so people can try and improve their times. We're just looking for race pace and control, car control. I mean, if you're in the mid 45s, I mean, how much more are you looking to gain? You looking to gain another 3/4 of a second or something? Like, I'm just confused as to why you think you should get a second run because you had a clean run minus 1 penalty. A very consistent run as well. Just trying to understand. Yeah, Mad Skills. Two different drivers. Mad Skills is different than from Mad Reaper.
Yeah. Well, with the PlayStation names and,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the chat names, and I just put Mad together, and yeah, yep. My apologies.
Just trying to understand what his thought process is. That's all.
Yeah, it's good to know.
Oh, okay. I'm just trying to figure out what you're asking, Reaper. That's all. We don't give them to everybody. It's rare we even give a second run very often. This is the first championship requalifier in 5 years of content creating that we've actually given more than one rerun to a driver so far.
And just in case you're wondering, in the case of Yu literally found out about this series yesterday, signed up, and immediately jumped in. She had zero practice or opportunity practice, and she just came in cold
Unaware.
and actually did better on her first one than her second one. So that's why the second one is we just decided to negate that, because obviously her pace was where it was approximately going to be, and either way, either time, the eventual outcome would place her in the same tier anyhow. So it really doesn't matter which one we chose.
Yeah. Right now, Barr is, with the amount of numbers we have, he's on the cusp of being top end of the amateur lobby, and he doesn't belong in an amateur lobby. Right, so that's why I want him to run again. I definitely think he's a Pro-Am driver, so I just want to see if that he can show that pace.
Too.
Yeah. That's all. That is all. We just we watched Barr. And Barr is also the owner of the Gran Turismo racing community as well that we broadcast for on Saturdays. So, I mean, he races at the top end of the field with their top drivers over there as well. So, I mean, he does have some pace. He just didn't show it in that run for sure.
I get what you're saying, Reaper, but do you tend to practice for leagues that you don't even know about?
That's true. I get it. Yeah, but put yourself in the shoes of an amateur driver who came in, practiced for hours on end all week long and prepare for pre-qualifying. You pre-qualify, you get into your division, and you've got a Pro-Am driver in there that doesn't belong in there because they bottled their qualifying. How fair is that to the amateur division?
Right.
You know, our
it's about
AMs
overall placement, not overall time.
Our AMs are still those racers that are learning. You know, they're still learning their craft, they're learning their skills, they're learning their pace. They make lots of mistakes. You know, they're still learning car control. Throwing in a driver that typically doesn't lose the car and make that many mistakes in such a short amount of time. I mean, they're just going to lap those drivers, and they're going to take the confidence away from those drivers, and that's what we're trying to negate. So if it shows up that he runs again, he has a 47 pace, and I mean we'll play that out as we have to set our divisions, but we just want to make sure that our divisions are as even as we can possibly get them. That's all.
Right. So Reaper, that would be the case of there's actually two different teams within RAD per se. We have a UK-based team and a US-based team, so that's why the falling short of making sure all of the UK drivers knew about it. That's on me 100%. I had actually thought everybody did know about it because we had Doug had already signed up. And basically he's kind of team leader over there in UK. He's been around one of the longest out of the team, and he's the most frequently on track who runs with them. So I had just kind of assumed that everybody knew about it, but that wasn't the case. So yeah, it is what it is.
It does happen, but
yeah.
I just want to ensure fair play is the best as I can. I mean, that's what we're all about here. Give them the Indy
But
500 rules.
again, regardless, it doesn't matter which time we take, right? She's still going to be in the same tier.
And
So, I mean, we can negate the first time. It doesn't matter. She's still going to end up in the same tier where she belongs, and that's just all weird. That was the reason for the second run. Just make sure that's where she is going to belong.
And as far as the word sponsor, that's a pretty loosely thrown out term, in my opinion. GT45 Gaming nor No Lander Gaming is sponsoring anything. There's no sponsors in this championship. This is just a championship that's being hosted by 2 streamers. There's no sponsors.
Well, we're
involved with
hoping for
this,
3.
right? So, biasness because of us quote-unquote sponsorship is kind of the wrong way to put it, because there is no sponsorships, right? So this is just a community event for a good cause, really, at the end of the day, and it's just being hosted by GT45 Gaming and No Lander Gaming and Fast Ginger. There is no official sponsors. There may be on the next one, but then that will be spoken and made very plain and clear within the document. So there is no official sponsors on this championship this season, just to clear the air with everybody. Any prizes that are being provided are coming out of our own pockets. That doesn't make it a sponsorship. That just means we want to provide something extra for our racers this season, because this is a special championship.
Yeah, we want it to make it memorable for everybody who joins in, too. It's not, you know... This is the first time we've ever done prizes on any championship we've ever done, right? And it's simply because we want to make it memorable for people. We want them to enjoy it. We want them to return, and yeah, that's basically why we decided we'd go ahead and do prizes.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a little confusing sometimes, I guess, but I do promise you, it's not due to biased opinion. It is due to the simple fact is we know about that driver, and that they just didn't show their pace there, in our opinion. That's really what it comes down to.
Hey, no worries, Reaper. No worries. We get it, man.
Yeah, good conversation.
Problem,
Nothing healthy. It's good. That's how we figure it out, man.
Yeah, for sure.
This is constructive, a constructive conversation. Regardless if it's live or if it's in the Discord server, I suppose, right? I mean, it's a constructive conversation, and I mean, the conversation is going to be had one way or the other, obviously, with the championship, because the drivers want to make sure that everything is clear to them, and we have no problem with making sure that is the case for our racers. So no apologies are needed by any means.
Yeah, for sure. It boils down to that, the drivers better times want to verify it with another attempt. Yeah, basically, we just want to make sure that the racing is fair.
Yeah,
like
that's all.
Ghost was touching on earlier, right? We don't want to stick a pro-am driver in with the AMs to have them go in there and dominate it, or a pro driver in with the pro-ams and have them go in there and dominate. When clearly, if we'd have just taken a second look, we would have known, okay, yes, this person does actually belong in this lobby. So that's kind of where the idea behind it is.
And again, we do have the stipulation within our rule book that we can opt to change driver divisions if we feel like a misplacement was made due to qualifying as well. So I mean, we have a backup procedure for that as well, but we want to try and get it right the first time if possible. If possible.
Yeah, it's helpful. Of course, we don't always get everything right the first time. Maybe not the second time either, but we won't talk about that. No.
I mean, honestly, I'm one of those drivers that has good race pace but doesn't qualify well. So my qualifying is never really indicative of my actual race pace. I'm just one of those drivers that just doesn't qualify well. I'm not a hot lapper. I'm a conservative racer, I guess. Long distance.
See, I do decent in either sprint or endurance races, but when it comes to qualifying, I just choke at it every time. I don't know why I get so much more loose in a race than I do qualifying. I'm just too tense, so I just don't do it well.
I know I should be able to hit my 45s here with this car, and I just can't seem to do it. So, it's...
I haven't even attempted. Honestly, working so much lately, I'm like, weekends come and they go so fast when you're working 12, 14-hour days.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard to get streams out at night during the week, because the work is so unpredictable sometimes.
Yeah, and then even if I do manage to get off at noon or 1, I have to get up at midnight the next day to go back to work. So I'm just like, yeah, I'm so tired. I ain't doing nothing but going to bed.
Actually, yeah, Lucas isn't in the registration, so maybe Lucas isn't coming this season.
Yeah, definitely be nice to see him in here.
He's just too
Always
busy.
an excited race.
He just
Yeah.
He's definitely too busy if he's not racing in one of our own champs, that's for sure.
Right. Of course, we understand that. Yeah,
So
we're
we
a little
have-
busy ourselves, so
We only have currently 3 in the registration list that have yet to put in official time. So I mean, we've almost gotten through the pre-registration list here.
yeah, very good.
And one of them has ran their qualifying time, so we just haven't gotten the times in yet.
Right, got to finish out the
So
registration.
we're just waiting
portion of it.
for 2 or 3. We
Yeah,
have
very
a substitute also coming in. And that's going to do their times as well. Now, our reserve drivers also need to follow the same procedure. Even if you want to come in and just be a sub, you still have to put in a pre-qualification time, because we also do need to know where you're going to be reserving for, whether it be Division 1, Division 2,
sure.
or Division 3, which we're very quickly
Yeah.
growing into here. So we do need to qualify you just so we know which lobby you'll be obviously reserving for. We don't want to have an AM driver obviously reserving for a pro driver in split 1. We all know what the end result of that will end up being, and we don't want a pro driver having to reserve for an AM driver, because it's the exact same result, just the opposite direction. So we also want to make sure that our reserve drivers that are coming in are also within the skill set of the division they're reserving for.
Yeah, no doubt.
We almost had a sponsor for this championship. However, it's on the sponsorship thing. It's just it's still a work in progress, and the potential deal that's bargaining here is just not quite ready yet. So we may very well see a sponsor in our next championship that we release here from GT45 Gaming, but we definitely will not see it here in this particular championship. Now that we have ran our pre-qualifying weekend, there will not be any major altercations or additions to the championship series. The only time we'll make any changes at this point now is if all of a sudden a driver finds this huge gray area that they're trying to take advantage of, and we need to fix it immediately, or if we feel it's for the immediate safety of our racers, we will make that change. Other than that, we won't be changing anything from this point on, except for minor details of random stuff that is irrelevant.
So
It just so
for
happened,
anybody who
it's
hasn't-
just so happened it happened to be a TT and a Team Rad driver. In our defense, half of the field is Team Rad and TT, so
I get it. And, a lot of the days you can tell when something is off. Yeah, indeed, Superman. That's facts, man. And that's the important thing. We want all the racers to have fun. Because as we alluded to earlier, if the racers are having fun, the viewers are going to have fun, right?
absolutely. No,
It
it
just
was.
makes for a better experience for everybody all the way around.
Those were good questions by a smart racer. I mean, he's
Yeah.
just making sure that what he signed up for is what he wants, and he wants to make sure that we're holding up our end of the bargain. We're being held accountable by the racer, and that's just as much
Yep.
a part of it as us
Nothing
holding
wrong
the
with
racers
that.
accountable. So
Yep, nothing wrong with that at all.
nothing wrong with it at all.
So, for anybody who hasn't had the opportunity, those that may be watching, to go in and look at the schedule, you want to throw that up again? We got a little bit of a lull here. We could go over the season schedule and let everybody know what's going on.
Alright, schedule up on screen here. Obviously, right now it's pre-qualifying weekend. We are on September 28th of the pre-qualifying weekend, and we're probably going to stay up for another hour. We only have a couple of drivers left to go here, so it doesn't make sense to continue just waiting and waiting and waiting. So if those drivers happen to reach out and message us later today, we'll just set up a qualifying session. These qualifying sessions that are done after pre-qualifying are recorded, so we do have the video footage of each of these drivers that we qualify after the pre-qualifying weekend as well. And again, we do that for fair play. We got to make sure that all the evidence is there in case we need to use it to settle an issue or a dispute or a discrepancy, whatever the case may be. So any qualifying runs that are done outside of pre-qualifying weekend are all screen recorded and saved as well. Available? Okay. Awesome.
Yep, we can go over those as well. That's a good idea, Misty. Thank you kindly. So as you can all
I'm on
see
the wrong
here,
page. You can see my dashboard.
well, I see the schedule on stream.
No, yep.
Oh, okay. I see. I had looked away for a moment. As you can see, racing will begin on October 12th, and whoops, the stream's lagging behind. I see.
Yeah, if you leave the YouTube window, you have to hit live to get it to catch back up again. Alright, I'm just trying to get all of our drivers. We got a couple underneath Eric of Canada that haven't qualified yet. One of them has qualified. We just got to submit the times. I have those times. I just got to dig through my
27
screenshots.
drivers thus far?
28 because we have JSET missing on the list currently. He hasn't done the inform
okay.
registration yet, so we'll have to get him through that process here today. I'll get in behind the scenes to get him done with that part of it.
I see.
So that's why we don't see a JSET on there yet, because we can't track them, because the sheet is set up so the moment you register on our registration form through the Google document, your name automatically gets added into this qualifying sheet. So the moment that you've registered on our registration form through our Google document, you end up right what you're looking at right here, right now. And then, of course, our... is he in that list now? Oh, okay. But I didn't look at it
very
closely.
good. Yeah,
so
I was going through it myself.
it is important that we make sure that we do try to fulfill the registration process, because everything that we have between the Google document, the Discord server, and Sim League Pro, where we're doing our standings and tracking, it all works in conjunction with all of what you see on the screen here, our qualifying sheets, our spreadsheets, and all of our tracking sheets. So it's very important that we have all the processes made. If you haven't quite finished the registration process, but you have qualified and ran a time, that's fine, but we do need to get that registration process finished up so we can make sure that all of our forms and sheets we designed for tracking are accurate. Yeah, he's in the list there. I have his times from yesterday, so we'll have to just implement Pohat's Flax times in. So he is qualified. He ran an official.
It's in there.
Yep.
That's what she's saying. It's on the list now. I can see him in currently 22nd thus far.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're missing like 3 drivers right now. You had a good run, Cupcake.
Yeah, man.
Race Asylum's in the top 3. Not surprised to see that, though. I mean, with Jake and that on the, in the field. So one driver I'm surprised I haven't seen register this season was actually Ride Lightspeed. Ride Lightspeed was driving with Dylan over the last couple seasons. Maybe it just doesn't work out for his schedule here, but I do know there's still a half dozen of you on the fence as well. And like I said, we're filling up fast. Don't sit on the fence too long.
Yeah, for sure, right? Is this not a current standings then that we're looking at?
I might need to refresh it.
I see Cobra is sitting at 20th, Superman at 21st, and Popat at 22nd.
I just need to refresh.
That I'm looking at. Okay, I see.
Yep. I just need to refresh the browser.
Very good, very good. We want to show the current standings thus far.
That was quick. I did not expect to see the whole field come through right early on in qualifying here today. That was a pleasant.
I know, one right after another.
A pleasant surprise. Stuff. I had to hit the refresh, Misty. The browser just didn't refresh. All right. Well, I've got a sub coming in 2 hours to do a run, but I don't think we're going to keep the lobby open that long at this point. I'm going to check my DMs here.
Oh, I should do the same. Yeah, clear on my end.
Holy Power Rangers. You want to talk about going back a few years? How about some Power Rangers? Are we going to see a Power Rangers livery out there this season?
Right? As I was going to say, who's going to be the winning livery? What genre?
Alright, so Bar's going to come out here now and just run a second crack at it here so we can compare the runs.
Very good, very good.
Never mind, never doubt Miss D in a list of facts, Cobra.
Yeah, I concur.
Alright, so this is the second run coming from Bar here. He went and just warmed up a little bit here, and he's just going to come out and throw down here one more time. So this is just a comparison run at this point here to ensure that we're not going to make a misplacement. Now, with that being said, obviously drivers are going to improve throughout a championship season. They may gain pace, they may get better, obviously they may get faster, but initially we want to make sure they're placed in the right division to begin with if we can. So
Nice wide entry there.
I suspect we're going to see mid 46s to low 46s this time. Which would completely put him into a different division altogether, so. Alright, we are going to leave this qualifying lobby open until the top of the hour. As soon as the top of the hour comes, we will officially close pre-qualifying weekend here, as 98% of our racers have qualified. We have two that have reached out and said they need a private session, which we'll take care of this week. And any new registrations that come in from this point on here now, we will reach out, set that up with those drivers, get them qualified, and get them ready to race for October 12th. Alright, the outlap already looked better.
Oof.
He's still a little bit shaky, but
I think he got away with that one. Kept 2 tires on there. That's all that's required. Yep.
So this is a comparison run. This is a re-attempt for qualifying here for TT Bar 27. Again, this is a driver that we just know in the community very well, and he did not have a proper qualifying run the first time. Whatever the case may be, he did not show what we feel was his proper pace. So that's what he's here to do right now. He took a few minutes, gather things up, get himself locked in, and now he's going to come out and throw down his a second attempt here. And this is so we can essentially prove why we choose from time to time to opt to have drivers run again. There's lots of drivers out there that probably missed their best times by a half second in qualifying all weekend long, I'm sure, but that's not why we're requalifying this particular driver. He did not show his true pace. Or as some will call it in the chat, sandbagged. And a 46.4. So that is already a second off of his best time in the last session. Faster than his best time in the last session.
Yeah, seen that coming.
That's why I wanted this driver to requalify, ladies and gentlemen. This is about where his pace belongs.
Yeah, full second difference makes a lot of difference.
I expected to see Bar anywhere between 46.5 and 45.5. You know, one more 46.4 and that pulls him out of any potential to end up in an AM lobby at this point, right? So, no, maybe. I guess. Much cleaner. He's got way more car control here. This is how Bar typically races. This is what we're used to seeing out of Bar 27. He's going to pick the penalty up there, though, I think.
Yeah. A little wide.
Yep. And I mean, that wide exit is not going to gain you any time in a corner, so that half-second penalty is, I mean, a fair penalty for sure for blowing the corner because he didn't keep it in track limits. But did he gain speed coming out of that corner like that? Obviously not. He ended up with a 47.298 there, so.
It'd be kind of nice to see the game differentiate between a gain of time and cutting a track limit versus the driver already penalizing themselves from doing it and negate the penalty. Great line there through the bus stop.
And I mean, this run is telling us everything we needed to know about this driver. He definitely did not show his pace in the last run. He just didn't have a proper run. I mean, that's what even now with the half-second penalty, he's 0.3 of a second up through the second timing sector there. So, I mean, he's on the cusp of a 45 if he didn't, of course, be carrying that half-second penalty. That's going to kill his lap here, but. Thanks for everything, y'all. Looking forward to having a fun season, new challenges. Feels great already to get the ball rolling and getting back into the swing of the league racing. Car covers on the road cars for now. Yeah, we know you like your Corvettes, Soupy. We know you like your vets. Ooh.
Set her up, Bar. Set her
That's
up.
That's what he's doing. He was just getting the car lined up to try and get a good run here. Yeah, and I mean, the only problem he's really having right now is he's just on the throttle a little too early coming out of the apex of the corners, and he's just forcing the car out a little too wide.
Yep, should break loose on you like that.
All right. Oh, yeah, that was
Ooh,
good.
Nice save.
That was good. Probably didn't lose
I
much,
don't
if
think he-
anything.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I don't think he lost a whole lot of speed there either. That was an incredibly good save there.
His shifting is cleaner. I mean, he's on point with his gear shifts this time. Everything is more indicative of this driver for sure. And I mean, he only went warmed up for what, 15 minutes, something like that.
Down just a little bit, but still the overall time is going to be much better, and he's got a lot of room left to pick that back up through these final three.
This is the corner that's really been getting him here, it seems like, in this qualifying run. Is this the final corner of the
Much
chase
cleaner.
there. Yeah. Oh, he's got high pre on that
Good
car.
speed, good speed. Yeah, he does. I've seen that.
That must be an old car.
Good speed carried through. Land.
It'd be a low
let's
46.
see. 46.425. That's really good consistency between lap 2 and lap 5. 146.489 and 146.425.
That's
Much better, Bar.
about what I expected to see out of this particular racer. What was the second one? 146.
0.425.
The other one?
146.489.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That's what we're looking for. That's better.
Yeah, not sure what the total time is on that, but I know it's at least 2 seconds faster.
No, I'm satisfied with the second run that he showed his pace. Is he a little bit quicker potentially, of course, but he showed a proper pace there.
Is that one of your old liveries? Nice.
Oh,
That's
okay.
good. We were just talking about that. That's a good looking livery.
That's what I figured. I was like, hey, I think that's an older livery. All right. So we'll have Eric of Canada, who's one of our administration staff. He still needs to register. We'll do him later on tonight or tomorrow or Tuesday. He's on holidays, and even though the poor man's on holidays, he's been working hard behind the scenes for us here anyway. So a huge shout out to Eric.
Yes.
Huge shout out to Eric.
Yeah.
We
Guy
have
needs a vacation away from his vacation, apparently.
right, and we have one of our substitute drivers coming in this season that's going to do a pre-quali later here tonight as well. So
212.914 says Misty. Very good, very good.
so he's right in the thick of that tight time zone.
Mm-hmm. Right there, exactly where we expected him to be.
Yeah, he's in Spain, or he's on holidays currently, so he's only going to be back today. The poor guy's been working hard while he's on his vacation.
Yeah, he's been all around just on top of it, just like the rest of the admin. Again, a huge thank you to everybody putting in such great effort for this series. It means a lot to us, and we know it means a lot to y'all too. For obviously, that's indicative of the hard work you put in thus far.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're cooking, man. We are cooking. This is the first championship season where we have actually had pre-qualifying done way ahead of schedule, essentially. That's pretty crazy.
Well, again, like we've alluded to a few times, that we knew because of what we're doing here, that this was going to bring out some of the old racers. We knew there was going to be a lot of excitement for this series, and that's just what we're seeing. And really, makes it that much more exciting for us too. So definitely thank you to all the racers, the viewers, the admin, everybody who's gotten involved thus far.
Chip Reese just registered in for the
Great stuff.
championship here. If you happen to be in the chat, Chip, glad to see you coming back this season, and just DM me if you need some time to prepare for qualifying. We can do qualifying for you later this week if you prefer as well.
Nicey nice. What is that? 32 or 33?
It puts us roughly, well, right now on the sheet it says 28, but we may be missing a couple. We have to do some cross-referencing, but
I think that's 28 that have qualified, though, isn't it?
That's 28 that are registered through the Google document form. Yep.
Okay.
We have people
Still,
that are coming into the Discord. They're looking around. They're checking out the information, but they haven't made that commitment yet. That maybe they decided that it doesn't work for them. We're not sure exactly what the case may be there, but.
Well, timing schedule can't work for everybody, most unfortunately, but we definitely do the best that we can, and that's why we put in the polls to try to find out what day and what time works best for everybody, and this just so happened to be that time and that day.
You'll need a private session? Okay, Misty. Misty's
got it covered already.
And I can focus on my liveries and practice on track. Maybe I got a shot this year. Hey, Cobra, you're always right there, man. In the fight, that's where you need to be.
Now, just because we have 28 racers currently registered doesn't mean that the top 14 are going to be split one and the bottom 14 are going to be split two. The admin staff, again, will get together throughout the week here. We will sit down and we're going to break down where the times are, and we're going to decide where those splits are going to end up. So that could mean the top lobby could only end up with 10 racers to start this season. The Pro-Am could be full, and the Am lobby has 8 racers this season to start. It's all going to come down to how the admins decide that the splits need to be made for the best fair play per division. So just because we have 28 drivers currently qualified by the end of the next couple of days here does not necessarily mean that we are only going to have 2 lobbies. It's all going to come down to how the admin staff breaks down the splits. Just heads up to all of our racers out there, and of course as more racers register as we get closer to October 12th, start of the season, that will potentially add drivers into each division as well.
Might have to steal that style.
Refresh it. Okay.
This Misty must have caught it's something not right in it. Most likely the case.
No, I'm sure she's on top of it like that.
All right, so right now the way things are looking. But, that 212 mark might be the cutoff.
Yeah, I was just sitting here going through it in my mind as well and was thinking the same exact thing.
We'll have to wait and see. Don't take that to heart, chat. That's definitely not necessarily what's going to happen.
Well, we still got racers to register.
Yes, that's correct.
Racers to qualify, so...
Well, and he's not at the bottom of that list, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what I'm seeing here? Oh, yeah, no, he is, but he did good, Cobra. I mean, like I said, for a brand new racer, for somebody who doesn't even know how to drive in real life, and only having maybe less than 100 hours seat time so far in the game, to come into Watkins Glen and drop 4 under 150-minute lap times at Watkins Glen, he should be proud of himself. That's a pretty good feat. In a tricky car.
Yeah, man, no doubt.
4 to 13 is split by a second, right? Yeah, no, we knew coming in after the first session yesterday that there was going to be a massive grouping of drivers in that 45.7 to 46.4 range. And that's almost basically what we're seeing here. So y'all, as usual, are making it tough on us to try and place these divisions. I mean, we still have Palm Tree that needs to register. He wants to race. He'll end up in the AM division. I honestly need to qualify him to know that that's where he's going to end up. So we also have Eric, who I'm not sure how Eric's pace is, so I guess we'll wait and see. And then we have Enfuego that is on the list there, whether or not he's decided to race. I haven't quite confirmed with him yet, but of course, we have people jumping into the Discord server right now, checking things out and seeing what's going on. So, I mean, it's very possible here by midweek to end of the week that we have 42 drivers sitting in this championship, and that's what we're looking for. Let's fill this thing up. Let's really send this out for St. Jude's. I mean, I would love to go deeper. I would love to go with way more lobbies, but I mean, A, the numbers got to suffice, and B, 3 lobbies is already a very significant amount of work for our team. So we don't want to try and go bigger than what we can handle at the same time.
Indeed, that's the whole idea. Go big or go home, but don't go so big that you can't handle it.
Don't go so big that you put yourself out of home.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yep.
That's great.
All right, so we got about 30 minutes left, and we'll officially close the pre-qualifying session down. Don't panic, drivers, if you haven't been able to get your run in. You just got to hit us up. A quick DM, a quick ping in the Discord server, and whoever's available will create some time as quickly as possible to get it done for you.
Yep, it's easy enough. Just save gameplay for the past, 10 minutes or whatever it takes.
Yep.
Screenshot it, the times, and boom, there you go.
And again, the reason why we do the video record of the private sessions is so A, the admin staff can review them to make sure that the driver in question is within their pace limits as well. We've seen that a couple of times here this weekend where we didn't feel like the driver necessarily hit their pace, so we had to just get him to do a second run to make sure. And in both cases, I think it was a good call. I think that we got the answers we needed. So it might not be the right call sometimes, but risk versus reward. Sometimes we make mistakes, sometimes we get it right.
In this case, I think we got it right.
Don't mortgage the house for a bungalow. No, you got to get laced to move to a boot. Oof. Well, I gotta say, I'm just shocked at how well things have gone this weekend as far as our qualifiers go. The drivers are very clearly excited for the championship. I mean, we've never seen such a quick response on pre-qualifying in all the time that we've been doing this. Thank you to the drivers. You guys are awesome this weekend. You knew the procedure. We had a couple of little hiccups there, but minor detail. And you guys have brought in some new faces for us here this season as well. So the more the merrier. Everybody's welcome. And I mean, share. Tell your friends. We got spots left, man. If they are looking for something to race in, they will have fun here.
No doubt. A lot of good, really clean, consistent racers in the championship thus far. And like we said repeatedly, we know many of these drivers. Almost every single one of them. Every one of them we've been on track with and confirmed, the cleanness of their driving. Many of them have been community members, long-standing community members, and we definitely know their pace. We know their hearts, and we know that they want to have a good, clean race, and they want the best, fastest person to win, and they all want to be that person. But at the same time, they're going to keep it clean, do fair racing and whatnot, and yeah, so for that, definitely a big thank you.
Absolutely. And I mean, it's we all make mistakes on the racetrack. Sometimes we miss a braking point, or the car snaps on us, or we miscalculate overspeed and we hit somebody. Incidents happen on the racetrack. That's why we have a stewarding procedure for that. So for those that are wondering, how do we handle an incident or a dispute? during a race, pre-race. We have a great stewarding staff and behind the scenes here at GT45 Gaming, and they're typically people that are not racing in a championship series and are people that are very familiar and experienced with how the game operates, how the cars handle, and of course how the physics can affect things like slipstream and net coding. Especially, we have to also understand net coding, because net coding does come into, unfortunately, a lot of the times becomes a major factor in incidents on the racetrack. And they get together, they review the footage, they ask the questions they need to ask from the racers involved, and then they make a decision. And I would say probably 95% of the time our stewarding staff has gotten its undisputed, so right in a sense, I guess. No appeals come in, so we're not perfect, we don't get it right all the time. But we do have the appeal system. If a driver feels like a call was misinterpreted or wrong, then they do have the option to appeal that decision with new evidence. And if they can provide that evidence, what we do is we actually send the original case and the appeal case, and we send it to a complete outside official. This is an official that is not anything to do with GT45 Gaming. This is a people within our network that steward much higher end championships than what we run here at GT45 Gaming, and they're probably some of the best stewards in GT7 in my opinion. So if it comes down to an appeal, we have an outside official that takes a look at everything as a whole. They make a decision based off of that, and that is the final word. That is an unturnable decision by that race appeal official. Even I cannot overturn that decision.
Well, and again, we use outside racers. They have a knowledge of racing, they have a knowledge of the game, and they're not involved in the championship at all, other than to just be stewards for us. That's how we get 100% unbiased. They're not even looking at names. They see them, but they don't care about the names. They care about getting the call right, and that's the important part, and that's why we do it the way we do it.
Absolutely, and of course our racers will start to see those announcements coming in through the Discord here, as we'll be, now that we've got our drivers registered, we know who our racers are and we know who our non-racers are. Now we will start reaching out to our stewarding potentials here in the community and seeing if they want to get on board for the championship season here. Some of that being admin staff that has not entered into the championship as well, that is very knowledgeable here. We have a couple of admins in the Discord server that some of you may not even know are admins. They are so very behind the scenes, but some of the smartest people we have on our admin team.
Yeah, I definitely have one on lockdown who's been willing to do stewarding for me in the past, and he's very good. He's very, very knowledgeable racer, and he has been racing. I haven't even raced with the guy in 2 years because he's moved on to iRacing. He doesn't even race Gran Turismo 7 anymore, like, period. But he's willing to jump in and do stewarding for us at any time. So it's people like that that we've made, close relationships with in the past that we really rely on for those kind of things. So we're definitely grateful to them as well.
Yeah,
I see that.
Net coding is the bane of a steward's existence. I mean, I'm a steward in other organizations and other leagues outside of my own as well. Mischievous is much of the same. She's a steward member in a couple of the organizations that I'm a steward in as well, because we're the unbiased drivers in those championships, because we're not entered in those championships by any means, right? So we've been asked to do stewarding in some other organizations, and 75% of the time the decision has to be made around net coding. So that the reason for that comment is exactly that. It is the bane of Stewart's existence in GT7.
Well, not everything always goes as smoothly as we like to see, and that includes technology. It just does what it wants to do sometimes, and you could have the best internet in the world, you're still going to get net coding.
Absolutely.
What it's going to do is it's going to draw off. So somebody that comes in with a bad connection is going to draw off somebody with a good connection, and you just get these things. It's unavoidable.
Absolutely. All right, what are we at here? We're at about 20 minutes to the hour here. So, I mean, what a great qualifying session. We had some drivers come in and talk about why they're entering into the championship and hanging out with us at the call box, which was great. we'll be doing podium interviews this season as well with our drivers. We'll be talking to our top three, like we normally do here at GT45 Gaming. Obviously, each commentator, it's up to them how they want to do their streams, their splits. You know, Nolander will be taking on our Pro-Am division here this season. I'll be taking on our top split this season, and Fast Ginger will be taking on our Am division this season. So, you know, how they operate and how they choose to put it all together and make it work for their division and the viewers is entirely up to them. I'm just looking forward to it. You know, we've never had the opportunity to have other broadcasters come in and do stuff for us with our stuff, you know. So this is a first for GT45 Gaming. I'm very I have a hard time letting go of control when it comes to commentary, right? So this is a pretty big step for me, but I'm excited to have Nolander on board. We've been working together for 2 or 3 years now, you know, co-commentary and working with leagues together. So, I mean, Nolander is a more than capable commentator. And like I said, Fast Ginger is very quickly growing his craft, and I can't wait to see what he can do with it.
Yeah, I'm super excited about it myself. I'm thoroughly excited for Fast Ginger as well. Definitely, I believe wholeheartedly he's going to do a really good job for us, and the fact that he wants to do a good job is it's gonna push him to do a good job, right? You get different styles and whatnot from commentators, which is always great because it breaks up any sort of monotony, right? Mm-hmm. It brings a little bit different of a touch to what it is that you're seeing, a little different feel to the stream as a whole. And so for us, fresh things also bring new light into what the possibilities are, and it's fantastic. Definitely looking forward to it.
And an MR challenge, I mean, it doesn't get any better than an MR challenge. I have had so many people for so long say, we need an MR challenge, we need an MR challenge. Well, here it is.
Yeah, and in my opinion, MR cars, really, because they are such a handful to get it, you know, you want to be pushing the car to the limit, right? And you're going to find that limit. Yep. and that can be problematic, but you know, I'll tell you, MR cars I found make for really great racing, especially with some of the track combos that we have. Track and car combos. Obviously, the car is up to the drivers. We have put in a bonus for drivers that want to run 3 different cars throughout the league. Well, there will be a bonus points there for that, but we have no rules saying that you can't change cars every track either. So it's going to be really interesting to see not just driver strategy come into play, but car choices along with the track's going to be very interesting too. Really excited to see how that works out.
Well, I'm going to tell you, you know, with 3 times tire and 3 times fuel in the championship, random weather involved in 9 of the 10 races this season. 1 race is a predetermined wet race, so everybody will get that wet race filled this season from all 3 of our lobbies, it looks like here. So, you know, it's going to be a challenging championship. It's not going to be easy. The drivers are definitely going to have to plan those potential car changes very wisely, because some drivers, you know, they can't adapt and just jump into a different car and just be locked into it right away, right? It takes them time to learn it and to figure it out. So it is going to be interesting to see how many drivers take an opportunity of using 3 different cars, completing the race in 3 different cars throughout the season for the 10 additional bonus points, and that is a big amount of bonus points, and for those that don't take advantage of that, can very well drop them out of any shot at prizes. So I do suspect we're going to see one driver kind of start the trend, and then everybody's going to follow suit, because nobody's going to want to lose that 10-point advantage.
Well, yeah, and you know, like I said, this is very interesting tracks on in the schedule. You know, Grand Valley starting out number 1. Really great track for MR cars. Spa, also really good track for MR cars, and just going down throughout the list. Laguna Seca, my biggest one for myself that I'm really looking forward to see the car choices by all the individual drivers is going to be the Nürburgring 24-hour race. It's going to be super interesting to see the cars that are chosen for that race.
Oh, and you know that's going to be the tough race of the season for our racers. Out of all the tracks on the schedule here this season, it is going to be our finale 90-minute event on the Nürburgring 24-hour circuit. I mean, drivers struggle at the best of times with the cars they're comfortable with at the NURB. Now we're going to force them to run this thing on random weather for 90 minutes in MR cars. It is going to be a very challenging finale, and just to add to the absolute intensity of our finale, it's also a double points round.
Yeah, no, which again is designed specifically to try to not only push the boundaries, but to keep that championship as tight as possible, especially when it comes to the overall champion, the man or woman who collects the most points throughout the entire season. If you don't know, we have chosen to do a little something special for them as well.
Cupcake, that's diabolical. You like that? You like how we did that?
Indeed, yeah. The Renault will dominate. It's gonna be. I mean, the MR cars really. There's some very great selections there. RCZ was Vegas Paul's favorite car, hands down. He ran that car constantly. You have the Porsche, which is a racer favorite. The RSL1, like you say. We're going to have some guys jumping into the Honda as well, and it's going to be interesting seeing car choices with track combinations here. Dragon Trail Gardens, the set of 4 corners there. That set of 4 continuous right-hand corners, that will make or break your race right there. And the left-hander coming out of those 4 corners, people can over push that and clip that wall, and oh man, that's a bad one to clip right there.
Well, and here's the funny thing about Dragon Trail Gardens, and a lot of people don't know this. We actually had to go and investigate this. It can rain there.
Oh boy, howdy.
Dragon Trail Gardens does
actually,
have rain.
Know that.
It does have rain,
Wow.
so there is the potential for that to end up being a wet race.
Mm-hmm. Oh man, that you talk about diabolical there.
That's diabolical.
That was unplanned, even. I believe
slightly
did we
planned.
choose that track.
Slightly
okay, I was
planned.
going to say I thought we had chose that track before we knew that. But yeah, good stuff. It's going to be interesting.
Absolutely. So, and the fun thing is this season, normally here at GT45 when we do championships, we have a tire mandate. Usually we have a specific tire per racing round that is required to be used. This season we have not. This season we have thrown the tire mandates out the bloody window, and we're just letting the drivers do what they think is best. So the strategies are going to be very interesting.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We all know that endurance racing is won on consistency and strategy. You get those 2 things right, and you got a real good chance to win races.
Cupcake, did Ray influence you any?
Yeah, we've had some inspirations, maybe we'll say.
Maybe Queen Ray's insistency on rain races is starting to rub off a little bit. Just maybe a little bit.
Hey, rain races are exciting, man. It definitely brings out the, I will say, feistiness of the drivers, along with some unexpected errors, too. And who doesn't like some wrecking is racing going on? Wouldn't say that.
I think we're in store for a pretty big doozy of a championship this season. I mean, just with all the unknown factors with each racing round. I mean, there are some tracks on the schedule, for example, like Grand Valley Highway 1 at the beginning of the season, October 12th. We know for sure that it is not going to rain there. It does not have a rain model. So we know that that's going to be some form of a dry race, but is it going to be super hot? Is it going to be a mixture of hot and cloudy? We've also got the time variable set at 2 times this season, and that's going to make the weather move twice as fast.
Well, yeah, and I mean, just back to the strategy thing, are we going to see a racer with the gumption enough to throw on a set of hards and try to no stop a race? Only an hour-long race? I think it's might be possible.
Could we see a driver try it? Sure, but I think that with our tire and fuel settings, it's actually impossible to get an hour without having to take fuel.
Yeah?
I think so, yeah.
Well, there you go. Likely, we'll see many one-stop attempts. Probably going to see many two-stop attempts as well. I doubt we will see somebody just come in on softs and run softs and make a 3-stop attempt on softs again.
It's hard to say.
Potentially. But again, strategy. It's going to be exciting because strategy and overall consistency is going to do you well.
Absolutely. These are 1-hour races, ladies and gentlemen, as well. So the broadcast, I typically go live about 15 minutes ahead of race start. That just allows me to get through all the early content stuff, going through the specifics, what you should expect to see in that particular racing round, and of course, division host, etc., etc. Then, of course, we go straight into racing at that point. No qualifying this season, so I mean, we're probably going to see about 90 to 110-minute broadcasts with podium interviews. So we should be able to keep these races within a 2-hour time limit for our viewers, and we should be able to keep the racers with in and out within 90 minutes. So that'd be fantastic if we could get that down this season. And of course, for our racers, we'll start figuring out lobby hosts. And I mean, this is the busy time of season here. GT45 Gaming wintertime is always our busy season here. This is when the racers are around to race, and I think this winter is going to be the best one yet.
Yeah, for sure. I see good things happening for sure. Egon, no doubt. Yep, strategy will be key. Yep, you know it, buddy.
And it's gonna be interesting to compare the strategies from one division to the next as well, right? You're gonna have your top split. They're gonna have probably fairly similar strategies throughout that division for the most part, and then we're gonna go into our pro-am split, and that's when you're gonna start seeing varying strategies. You're gonna see 1 stop versus 2 stops, and you're gonna see a little bit of backward strategy thinking sometimes, and then you get into the AMs, and the strategies. I mean, we have no idea what they're gonna be. I mean,
well, and the fun thing about it all is these races are all going to be run at the same time, right? So you cannot get a look at what the other racers in the other divisions are doing. You're going to have to come up with your own strategy, plan it out, and then your planning get all thrown out the window. Let's say you have a bad lap and you bend it. You got to go in to get damage repair or whatever the case is. It's just not working out, and you can see that you need to change up your strategy on the fly, and sometimes that'll make you or break you as well.
Absolutely. Sometimes the weather, you all of a sudden rain steps in and it completely messes your strategy up. Now you got to think on the fly on how you're going to correct your strategy.
Yep. And I'll tell you what, I am horrible about on-the-fly strategy. It is not my strong suit.
we use Nolander.
Don't ask me for advice, y'all.
we use Nolander as an example of what not to do most of the time.
These are facts, chat. He's not lying. I come up. Hey, you know what? I'll tell you. I'm not as capable as some of the World Tour drivers, but some of the strategies that I have attempted in the past, I have seen directly from World Tour drivers do it, and they are successful at it. And I'm just sitting here going, why can't I do this? It just hasn't clicked yet, I guess.
That's funny. I love it. I mean, it's out of the box thinking. I mean, it doesn't make it a bad strategy. You just think a lot differently than other racers do. You're thinking about how to maximize your fuel load on a tire and try to minimize the pit stops, right? So I mean, it's not bad thinking. It's not bad thinking.
No, and again, I've seen it work. It's just I can't do it.
Whenever
Someday.
Nolander does do the opposite.
Someday. Someday I'm gonna win a race on an oddball strategy. Someday. I have high hopes, guys. Oh. Just rewatched my run again, and the new equipment is helping me feel a lot better with the
It was a
cars.
clean
Awesome.
run. It was a clean
Good
run.
stuff, it
You
was.
looked very
Yep,
smooth.
Yep.
I mean,
Yes, indeed.
watching all the progression of our racers in the community over the last 6 months in between our championships here has been phenomenal. And now to see what you guys are coming in here and doing in pre-quality for this championship, I'm blown away. As some of you guys
Yeah.
absolutely shocked the living daylights out of me with your times. I did not expect it.
Yeah, ATB, it definitely takes time to get used to new equipment. That's for sure. I can verify it. Obviously, you can verify it. GT45. Anybody
Yep.
that's gotten new equipment will tell you it takes time. You would think it's a wheel. It's just a different wheel, right? It's just a different set of pedals. No, that's not the case. It definitely takes time to get used to. Case in point, TDC.
Cobra.
He was struggling when he first got the T598.
Yeah.
Struggling on that wheel, but now his pace is really starting to come into his own. He's really starting to get a grasp
Yep.
of how it feels and whatnot. But yeah, it's always a challenge to learn new equipment.
You know, we got Dark Cobra as well. He just recently upgraded because he got his son into sim racing, right? He gave all his equipment to his son, so he had
Right.
to obviously go buy himself some new toys. So, I mean, he upgraded to the Logitech G Pro series, which I am very interested in myself. So as he continues to use that equipment, I'm going to be picking his brain because that's kind of what I've been looking at for quite some time, is that Logitech setup. So, I'm definitely interested to see what his feedback on that is. But you know, he just changed to that like three weeks ago, maybe even a little less, and came out and he had a pretty solid qualifying run. And now when I'm racing with him in open lobbies and races and stuff like that, if I fall behind him, I'm having a very, very hard time catching back up to him. So he is most certainly starting to find some pace with that new equipment as well.
Nice. Use direct drive wheels are for real. Yeah, I haven't had the opportunity to get on a wheelless direct drive at all. I'd be very interested in seeing how that works. I'm also very interested in seeing how the difference between the Logitech that you're just speaking of, that Cobra brought, and then the T598. I'm leaning myself towards the Thrustmaster. But I also wonder what the price differences are between the two, because that would be a determining factor.
Logitech's definitely going to be much more expensive.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, then I definitely want to go with the Thrustmaster.
Logitech
Although
just naturally a little more expensive.
Thrustmaster's not. It's not direct drives, so to speak. It's
their
I
new
forget
one.
What they call it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's what do they call it? It's not true direct drive.
But people still rave about it, though.
Yeah, my understanding, it's very, very good, super smooth, and reliable. I got my first Fanatec DD Pro back in July and have been loving it. Ooh, nice. Thrustmaster need to get on the ball with their new load cell. Yeah, I still don't have load cell pedals either, guys. I'm
dude, you're missing
out. The T300s with stock everything.
No, you got to go get yourself some TLCMs.
GTRS.
Go get yourself some TLCMs
Right.
for that set, for that wheel. You'll fall in love.
Well, I'm gonna. This thing's gonna get set aside here, not too awful long. I'm gonna get that the Thrustmaster. I'm pretty sure that's been what I've been wanting for a long time now. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet because, well, life has got to come first.
Yeah. I mean, Cupcake just upgraded not too long ago too. He's in the chat. We went to the DD Pro too, and I mean, I've seen huge improvement in Cupcake's racing. We see him as our AA on stream, which in the Race Asylum setup stands for an academy driver, but we all know that he definitely is beyond an academy driver over there at Race Asylum. So it's just a matter of formality at this point over there before he loses that extra A here. So I mean, the progress we've seen from Cupcake in the last year has just been 180 degrees. I mean, he was struggling, he wasn't having fun, he was thinking about quitting sim racing altogether, and then bada bing, bada boom. He's just out there crushing it with his classes and the leagues he's running in. I mean, he's being forced to run in higher end leagues that way outmatches his pace, and he's still going out there and giving it everything he's got. And he's learned so much because of it. So the equipment does matter. I mean, some of the fastest drivers in the world are on controller, but you know, the more higher end you go and the less resistance you're getting out of your equipment, the more data transfer that it goes through quicker into your equipment means it's responding faster, which means you should be finding improvement at some point in time. Now, with that being said, for those that are thinking about upgrading your equipment, do expect to regress before you progress. That's just part of the that's just a whole part of the process.
Yeah, I did it switching from the Logitech G29 to the Thrustmaster T300. And ATV, I see your comment there, the T590 is direct drive. It's just their own version of it, but still direct drive. Okay, all right. I was mistaken.
It's a good setup.
Yeah, I knew that they called it something different. I thought there was a slight bit of difference between it and the direct drive, but whatever.
Might be a letter.
With that, I would love to have. Yeah. Oh, good stuff. Good stuff. Cupcake is a beast. He has been giving it a heck of an effort, and that's what it takes, too, guys. So. The thing is racers, you're going to reach a plateau, right, to where you sit there and you're just not gaining any time. You're not gaining any time, not gaining any time. And then all of a sudden, bam, you freaking step it up and everything just clicks and you're considerably faster. I recall it was probably about 2 years ago where I started getting faster and I just stayed there. And stayed there and stayed there. And then all of a sudden, it was like literally I jumped up 3 different paces in a matter of like 2 weeks. It'll happen like that. And for some people, it's different than others. But every driver, to my knowledge, reaches a place to where they just plateau and they're just flatlining for a period of time. And
That's
then they
me.
get faster.
I'm stuck there right now. I am fully plateaued. I feel like I'm regressing, actually. So it seems like every time I upgrade a piece of sim racing equipment, I find that little breakthrough I need. So I guess maybe it's time that I need to upgrade something.
That is a great excuse. I'm going to have to start using that. Indeed, Cupcake, for sure, man. You've been out there rocking it for some time. And again, as we always say, guys, you want to get faster, race people that are faster than you are. You'll guarantee get faster. No two ways about it.
And I mean, it's so frustrating. It's so hard to race guys that you know are just sheerly faster than you. And, you know, there's a good chance you might get lapped, but the experience you take from that lobby is incredible.
Yeah, I've been stuck in the pro tier lobbies and didn't necessarily belong there, but that's where I qualified at, amazingly enough. And so I'm racing against guys, you know, like Jakey or Paymay or, you know, other names that we know out there. And that was my goal. Just don't get lapped. I don't care what position I land in. And then when a guy has a really good race and other people don't have such a good race and you end up finishing in like top 7, you're just ecstatic.
Oh man, it's just like you won the lottery right there.
Yeah, because it is not easily done. Like I said, I've got to have my best race, and then other people have to have not a good race for that to happen. Thrustmaster T598 can also be found at some Best Buy stores, so it's definitely an easier wheel to go out and buy versus Logitech or Fanatec. I bought my wheel for that exact reason. Hey, okay, copy that. But honestly, Chris and HEB have been kicking in as well in racing, so don't discount their effort. No,
Never.
Superman has definitely come on leaps and bounds as well. And HEB has always been on the quicker end of racers.
He just doesn't
he's
listen.
One of those racers, you know, he's one of those racers that beats himself up a great deal. He's quicker than what he says, y'all. He's a lot like Ghost Viper Gaming. Like, I'm slow. I'm so, yeah, that's why I can't keep up with you, because you're so slow. You're like a turtle in a peanut butter puddle, my friend. Oh.
ATV's gonna have 1,000 broken records of community members telling him to shut up. He's faster than he thinks.
right?
Uh,
I've told him that myself, but I understand where he's coming from,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
We are our own worst critics in life, and with racers, it seems to hit you even that much harder. Like you're like, I know I can do better. I know where I'm messing up, and I can't correct it, and it just irritates the snot out of a guy.
All right, chat. What a great qualifying weekend. What a great racing community we have here. I mean, our viewer community is just as top notch out there as well. And to the Bloomstrom family, whenever it is that you finally see what's going down here and you check out the pre qualifying videos, we're thinking of you. We love you guys. And we all miss Paul too. But boy, oh boy, we've got something for him coming up here over the next few weeks. So, heaven be ready because it is going to be a party up in that house.
Party on, Wayne. No. Let's see.
Facts, Chris. Facts. More comfortable in a muscle car
Let's see.
with no aero and a 4-speed solid rear axle than a GR3 car equated to ask a fish to climb a tree.
Yeah, a little something like that. Yeah.
All right, chat. So
No doubt.
what can we expect to see over the next couple of weeks leading into our championship season? We're definitely going to have some sprint lobbies up here over the next few nights to gain some free information for our racers, of course, to continue to allow that general community to come in and get a feel for it as well, maybe come and enter the championship. That allows us to grab some very important footage we need as well for the live broadcasts. And at this point now, you guys will start to get some new roles in the Discord server over the next few days. You'll be split into your divisions. And from there, you guys, please utilize the Discord server to your full advantage. Our racers want to work together. They want to practice together. They want to run mock races for these championships. And, I mean, there is no better practice than getting the division themselves together on track and running a mock practice race or two throughout the week. All you got to do is send a message. Use the Discord server to your guys' advantage. Use it to communicate. Use it to help each other out, because you're all going to find improvements by the end of the season if you utilize that server to its full advantage. It is private to you guys, to our championship racers. All those channels within the Vegas Cup Series part of the server can only be seen by yourselves and the administration staff. Nobody else has access there. It is your safe spot to coordinate, talk, sort things out without the extra community weighing in on the situation. So please do utilize the Discord server to its full advantage. It is why we have it there, so that you guys can have the absolute best opportunity to get everything you need to be prepared properly for each racing round.
Yeah, and for anybody that ends up in the Pro-Am or Am division, don't be afraid to reach out to divisions higher than yourselves with questions and whatnot, because many within the community, and if not everyone, is more than willing to share information, to give you pointers and tips.
Strategy help.
That's, yeah, absolutely. Even car choice for tracks. If you're struggling with something, just reach out, because the community really is it's top notch when it comes to helping. So reach out.
Absolutely. And I mean, we're not doing this for us, Cupcake. I mean, in a sense, I'm doing this championship to get a little bit of closure for myself. I'm still struggling with the loss of Paul. You guys can catch it. I'm sure when I talk about him, I get choked up. I get a little bit emotional about it still. This is my way to say goodbye. It's the only way I know how. To have you guys along with me, that's what makes it worth it. To have our family, our community come together for somebody else, for somebody else's reasons is really humbling. I mean, you can't put a price on that. You really can't. And I just don't want Paul to be forgotten. We want to make sure that we build something that'll last forever, and that's what this is. So that's what we're going to try and do here. And with the help of our community and our viewership and our networks and everything that we have behind us, I think that we have something much bigger growing for the future for other families in need. So, isn't just us, but like Cupcake said it very well. Much love to the Blomstrom family and the community, because it's all of us that are doing this. We're doing this together. Not one part is heavier than another person's input, whether they're a viewer, whether you're a racer, whether you're an organizer, whether you're a graphic designer, a video editor, a streamer. It does not matter. We're all playing an equal part by being here and showing support for this. So that's on all of us, and the community as a whole is doing something very big going into a tough time of year at Christmas time. So thank you guys for being behind us with this to help us try to do some better in the world.
Yeah, no doubt. And another really great thing about this series is
Appreciate you,
that
Cupcake.
we get to carry forth where Paul left off, and just trying to remember him for who he was and the type of guy that he was, always reaching out to people. If he even got just an inkling that you were down in some sort of way, down on in a blue stage of life and whatnot, he was the first to reach out to you, and always supportive of everybody. And so we want to carry that forth. We want to
Pay it forward.
Exactly. We obviously, nobody will ever or could take his place, and that's not what we're trying to do. We just want to, in his fashion, be the kind of guys that care. Is what it boils down to.
Absolutely.
Come in, make light of a situation, laugh about things, laugh about ourselves, and we do that a lot here. So definitely want to say a big, huge thank you to the community as a whole, and obviously to the Blomstrom family for giving us their blessing to carry forth with us. That's amazing.
And I mean, Joe Bloomstrom, Paul's dad, had most certainly said it best. And I think that quote is probably going to stick with this championship probably forever and always. Paul loved to go fast, so I hope you do too. So let's go fast. That's it.
Right.
That's it. All right, chat. Really appreciate everybody hanging out. We are officially going to shut pre-qualifying down. Any drivers that need a run from here on in, just hit up one of our administration staff in the Discord server, and we will coordinate with each other. And one of us that will get with you and get you qualified in and get you ready to race, get you all set up. If you're having issues with the registration process, again, please reach out to us. We'll make sure we help walk you through it. We've had a few drivers that have needed a little bit of help through the process. We fully expect that's going to happen. So it's an extensive process. I do apologize about that, but again, it's just to make sure that everything is on the up and up. So we love you all. We appreciate you all. And I mean, all I've got left to say at this point is stay winning. No Lander?
Indeed. Y'all have a blessed night, and thank you all again. Appreciate you. Much love.
We love you all. Let's catch you on the next one.
Thank you for allowing us to be part of your family. This is Joe Bloomstrom and Lori Bloomstrom, and behind us here is a picture of our son Paul, who is part of the sim racing family, and it's just so cool that you're allowing us to be a part of this, and we really appreciate you thinking of Paul the way you do.
We just wanted to thank you guys. We are so grateful you're doing this in Paul's honor. He really loved this community, and we are hoping that we can raise some funds for St. Jude's charity. We have a special place in our hearts for St. Jude's. They help kids, and we are really grateful.
Paul loved you guys. We miss him terribly. He was a great son, great guy, and made friends all over the world, including all of you. Thank you so much.
Paul loved to go fast, and I hope you guys do too. Thank you.
I've got that lightning inside me, son of a god. I'm like a titan that's rising, oh, just you watch. I'm stepping into fate, there is no time to waste. I've got that lightning inside me, this is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. I'm cranking up on the throttle, victory is mine. Show you the harder the battle, harder I fight. I've come too far to quit. Step back, I'm going in. I'm cranking up on the throttle. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. This is how legends are made. Like iron from the fire, getting stronger. This is how legends are made. Above it all, untouchable.